Hello! Welcome.
Hello there, everyone.
Greetings to everyone. Welcome to Legends of Avantris, episode 51. 51.
No. 51.
51.
No,
Hot diggity dog.
50 cents a penny.
We are a bunch of nerds. We embarrass ourselves for your entertainment. Yeah. We've been playing Dungeons and Dragons together for 3 years. If you're an old fan, welcome back. You probably heard this whole spiel. I apologize. And if you're new, welcome. So I think our announcements are that we are a mature stream. We say curse a lot. We say curses.
We say the word curse.
We say the word curse. Curse.
Speaking of
curses,
false insidious plans be cursed.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it without messing up my nose. Speaking of curses.
Oh yeah, that's an announcement.
Ooh, look at that. What you got there, Nikki?
Well, if you read it backwards, it's darts fa esric. But if you read it
and
the way
demon summons.
Nikki. But if you read it in English, it's Curse of Strahd. This is a campaign that we'll be running with a little twist, coming in the darker seasons of the year. But as a precursor to get to know the characters, we're going to be running Death House on May 11th. At this table.
So, yeah,
it's set in stone now.
Dusty, I have bad news. I won't be doing any Darkest Dungeon cosplay. I completely scrapped my original character idea and started completely over.
But it's really
I was a little premature when I made that announcement. I apologize. I apologize.
Yeah. So,
and then
Darts Fo Esruk.
So stay tuned to that. I think we already have our character concepts, all three of us, and then we may have a fourth playing with us. So it'll be thanks for the sub.
Hey, stiletto.
Yeah, hopefully Rhoda has better dice than Kami tonight. That was embarrassing.
Moonguard and others can attest.
That was embarrassing.
I rolled
80% of my rolls were below 5.
I just want to say VIP of the night was Grick.
Oh, dab on him.
I just want to make you know this. That I want to let you know this. That Gricko tap danced, got a natural 20 on his entertainment to tap dance as an owlbear in front of Baba Yaga. You can't write that, folks.
Tap dance.
An inviting.
It was very inviting.
What does that mean?
Take it as you will.
It's
okay.
Who else can say they've done that? Not anyone. Anyways,
the
other announcement is that I believe we're locked in for March 23rd for Next Beneath Dark Wings. So that's in a month.
Yes.
So it'll be 4 full weeks, and so it was a great time. Thanks for everyone who hung out last time. What do we got? I think that's basically it. Oh, Twist of Fate. Twist of Fate. If you haven't heard,
what's Twist of Fate?
Every 500 bits, the party can re-roll, and it has proven to be absurdly helpful.
Oh yes.
And has greatly helped. So you guys can truly help the party get out of really awful situations, as we saw on Saturday. We have 2 left from last campaign specific.
Oh, I thought we only had 1 tonight for Prime.
No, we have 2.
I think we have 2 for Prime. So 2 for Prime. And so it's just campaign specific. Everything for tonight will be for Prime, etc., etc.
I think we're gonna need it too.
And then, so you can help out the party for every 500 bits. And then I think we are ready to introduce our players very briefly. I don't know why the fuck.
Why no queen tonight?
Why does my
queen? The camera queen. Oh, because it's actually better not on the camera. The camera queen worked better when you guys were away to give you a wider angle. But since you guys are not needing to look at the map for spaces, for where you're going to move, etc., it's better for getting closer.
We'll try.
Well, no, the camera queen will always be with us.
She'll be with us in spirit at the very least.
She's been with us since our very first stream.
She's going to have to get a greeter job at Walmart to pay the bill.
Oh! Anyways, so we have our parties. We have our party members. Do we have Amira?
Yeah, you
we use Renee for Amira.
Thanks,
thanks, Amira.
My penis.
We have Nikki playing Sylvie Flicker Wicket, a gnome warlock, as you all know. We have Kelsey playing Angelin Mossgrove, a wood elf ranger. We then have Andy playing Vander's True Strength, high elf.
Click on the draw.
Both are elves, but one is high and one is wood. And
I'm the wood.
High wood. And then we have Richie playing Rodic Stonehearth, priest of Rick.
What is
I need bottom left guy.
Bottom left guy needs to yell real.
Anyway, I apologize, viewers.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We all make do. And with that, I am Mikey. I'm an ironing board DM. I literally DM on an ironing board. I like to write fan fiction, roll dice, and do silly voices. And then with that, I think we'll dive into what happened last time on Legends of Avantris, or Avantris Prime. So, you all had vanquished the horrible corpse behemoth of all of the, many of the victims. Really a small fraction of the victims of Alphonse's feeding. And his mother, Amelia LeBlanc, her specter appeared from the mirror, and basically told you that Alphonse was really someone who didn't love other people. And basically she said that, what did she even tell you guys? She told you that basically that this
Edward was her favorite.
That that Edward was her favorite, his older brother, and that basically that
not to wear white after Labor Day.
Not to wear white after Labor Day, and that basically that this was just a tiny fraction of his victims, and hopefully they'll stop what we put to it. And then the party she decided to take them to the older brother Edward. She then led them to the library, where there were many flapping books all around. And with some clues from what the mother had said, they found a kobold joke book that fit into a slot along a wall and opened a secret reading chamber, which held the mirror where the spirit of Edward LeBlanc was. And he said that he was reading a great book. When Alphonse snuck up on him and he was never able to finish the story, immediately a head of a Medusa came alive, a statue, and attacked the party, seemingly immune to all forms of damage. However, Rodek attempted to destroy a book that had their salvation, and luckily was unable to, because I'm a benevolent god.
Thank God. I literally thought we were over. I thought we were done.
Yeah, I mean, everything is a ghost. You can't destroy it.
Last season was
Everything's a
Comedy
ghost.
of Errors, the episode.
And Rodek found a book, and they basically mimicked the final scene of the book, where they rose up the holy symbol of Tyr, shouted, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!" and then struck the Medusa head with the holy whip of Simonius the Hallowed, and it crumbled. He then learned that Alphonse came back from university that night with a book with interlocking triangles on the cover, and asked about an entity named the Cloven. And he mentioned that basically at that point, shortly after his death, he returned with a succubus and a chalice, the Chalice of Agony. And he knew that was basically the gist of what happened. They then were led to the Alphonse's bedroom, which was his makeshift lab. It's very kind of scrapped together. And they then encountered the ghost of Ingrid, the nanny, who was really the only one who Edward said who really showed him kindness and showed him love. And she spoke to you and said that she always regretted that Alphonse was so determined and bashed his head against the wall over and over again despite all of his failures. And she always said that he was working like he was running out of time, and she wished she could just get through to him and just let him, just take it easy and slow down and just think whatever may come will come. And then the door locked, and as they tried potions to get things done, they found a recipe or potion. They kept exploding and forming in these horrible alchemical, oozy creatures in the form of Grim Reapers. As every time 5 would accumulate, they would then attack, and then attack, and then attack. As the clock kept ticking down, every time they made a potion, it would reset and reset. And they eventually figured out that the answer was not to make any special potion, it was to let the clock run out and to accept their fate. And it got scarier and scarier, and then they let it happen, and then the mirror shattered. And she was relieved, and said that as Alphonse was leaving, he heard the crying of his little sister. What's her name? Flora. And he made his way to her.
We're here.
And with that, I'll just reread what happened at the end.
Yes, please.
Soon as you enter the dining room, you see gorgeous and inviting banquet hall, set for hundreds of guests. Many long tables and chairs fill the space, and every inch on every table is completely stuffed with the most decadent food you can imagine for dozens of courses. great roasted beasts, sizzling seafood, delightful hors d'oeuvres, succulent desserts, the finest cheeses, and every rare food of high society that you could imagine. At the head table, full of the most elegant and extravagant dishes of all, 5 chairs facing the massive room, but only one seat in the whole room is filled at that head table. You see a doll the size of a child sitting in one of its seats, and it is moving. Its porcelain face is wrenched in agony and is crying incredibly loudly, wet tears streaming down its face. Behind its head, behind this table, is an enormous mirror. You are just at the threshold of this. All 5 of you are entering. Miria, Devil Dance at your side.
Rodek, you know how you promised me a pony? And you, never gave it to me, and you, did not fulfill your part of the Fae Pact? Do you remember that?
Why are you bringing it up now?
Because I will trade you that pact, and I will never claim Vandris's arm if I can have that doll.
Okay, say no more. Hey, little guy, what's going on now?
As soon as you call into the room, the doll stops crying.
Oh god.
And it slowly turns its head towards you, peering across the entire dining room. And it looks at you, and immediately its face turns to sadness, and it starts crying even louder.
No.
Don't cry. Maybe we'll come see what you're doing down there.
Should I go pick her up and make sure she...
No, not
I don't
yet.
think so.
Not yet.
We need to go in there, but we should go together.
Well, all right. On the count of 3.
Oh, this one time, I had a dream once that there was this strange-looking bear, and every time I picked him up, he'd say these weird things like, "Oh, I'm friends with the man in the moon," and it was so cool. Do you think she says things like that too?
Okay, 3, and I step in.
So you're running in?
No, I'm walking in.
Okay.
I'm stepping in, and I'm hoping that everyone's
I
behind
will
me.
walk very slowly.
Yeah, we're just
into the
approaching.
room.
We're
Okay.
approaching.
So, as you all approach, you get closer and closer to, you get in the center of the dining room, and you get closer to the head table, and you see a figure shimmering in the mirror ahead, but your eyes, you see the doll sitting right behind this wonderful feast. Your eyes are right on that feast. You get closer and closer, and it just looks more and more delicious. You salivate, and you feel compelled to eat. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
please.
no.
Is this a charm?
Yes, good question.
You know
literally
what?
just
Sure.
threw a D20.
I'm immune to charms.
I have
Okay. So
One
I would say that.
Elves do.
That's
Thanks,
charm
Fae
sleep.
Sleep,
Warlocks.
natural sleep.
We have
So
advantage against charms and saving throws.
It gives you advantage, yes. I'm not sure you're immune. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Sylvie's immune. You're
We have advantage.
Yes.
Sorry,
We'll say it's a charm for sure.
so we should roll what kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Hot dog, hot diggity
Level
dog.
10
15?
Fae Warlock
15?
feat.
I got a shitload of those.
17.
Level 10
17.
Fae Warlock
Wisdom.
feat.
Oh, thank God. +1 is an 18.
An 18. So, Anula. Everyone, all the rest of you manage to shake off as you step over to the
Anula?
Anula.
Oh,
Steps over.
boy.
And then you notice an Amira is right next to you.
Oh no! Hey, Amira, what are you doing? Annulin!
As you see
Looks so good.
Annulin, you feel compelled to just shove as much food as you can. You're just taking bites, and your hands are just diving into the food, and you're just shoving it into your mouth, eating it.
So like normal.
Yes. And you see Amiria's doing the same. However,
It's like
as soon as you shovel the food in your mouth, it hits you.
Annulin mukbang.
And you swallowed so much of it, you're not really sure how much. It's not delicious delicacies from all over the world.
No. Is it worms?
As you swallow the foul putrid taste hits you.
It's worms, isn't
Finally,
it?
the real state of this table hits you.
Me.
And
Can
the
I
real
go
state
running
of the
after them
room-
to attempt to stop them?
I would say you can make an athletics contest, but they've already started eating.
Well,
what do you get?
Natural one.
Natural one.
Okay, yeah.
Dice.
okay.
What?
The dice.
Oh, thank you.
And so, Rhoda tries to go over, and it's too late.
It's only attack rolls, isn't it?
Oh,
Is it?
for Guru's
The dice.
dice.
Oh, how much is it? I mean,
No.
The
for
dice
Guru's
count.
I
it's
thought
only
it
for
was just-
attack.
oh, it's only for
It's for
attack?
actual criticals.
Yeah.
Critical fails.
Oh, I'm
gotcha.
sorry. I
Yeah,
thought it was
that's
any
fine.
time. My
It's
fault.
fine.
My fault.
I think we've only been doing it for...
The real state of the room hits you. The tables are all filled with food, but it's rotting and ancient. The beautiful veneer drops all around you. And all of you that have resisted the charm, as you see both Amira and Annulin horribly retching, you see the horrific state of the room, a ruined, decaying banquet hall. Filled with rotted food. The largest feature of the space, besides all the tables, a massive, strange lobster tank on the far side of the wall that's completely murky with fouled water. As the room is revealed for what it is, you and Amira are poisoned for an hour.
Great.
An hour. Holy fuck.
As you feel all of the contents of your stomach get completely expunged all over the table, and you're like, why did no one stop me?
I tried!
Hey, you guys were really
was, like, grabbing
quick
them
on
and-
that. Ugh.
And
What happened?
Nightmare.
and then immediately
That
the
looks like
little
the stuff my mom makes at home.
the little doll looks at you as it looks at the puking ladies and blinks. Face wells up with sadness and starts crying loudly.
Sylvie, calm it down.
And as you look, the figure in the mirror materializes. The mirror is glowing blue, and the shape of a little girl appears inside of it. She looks no older than 10, wears a summer dress, which was once lightly colored, almost entirely stained with blood, spreading from a large knife wound right at her heart.
Jeez.
Her face is framed by huge billowing curls of dark hair that are tied up with bright bows. Her eyes and nose are puffy from crying. She looks down at you, sniffing. Oh, hi. I'm Flora LeBlanc. I always wanted Mommy and Daddy, but they were too busy for me. And that made me cry. Everyone didn't like me crying, so they would feed me sweets, which helped. And I stopped crying, but I was still sad. Alphonse hated my crying the most. He hated everything and everyone, except for his doggie. I was afraid of him, but it's hard to think with my dolly crying so loudly. She's sad like I was. It'd be nice if she could stop crying. It'd be nice if she could have what I didn't. And her eyes kind of turn down and she covers her ears as the doll starts crying louder.
I'm gonna punch it square in the face.
No!
Can we calm it down?
I want to
Sylvie,
pick it up.
this is your chance
Yeah, well, for what?
to take care of this thing.
I just want to play with it.
Show it some love and attention.
No, I don't want to do that.
You said you want to play with it.
I don't like it when Vandris tells me what to do.
I thought Sylvie would really step up to the plate this time and
No, I wouldn't.
show us how lovely she could be.
No. Why?
You think this is gonna work right now?
I don't know.
And I'm gonna play with that doll where they're being stupid.
And then I'm gonna go over and pick up the ball.
And while I'm like not listening, I'm gonna cast Luster Restoration on myself.
Okay, you cast restoration on yourself. And Amira kind of puts her hand on her shoulder and she wipes the puke off her mouth like, hey, you got any for me?
Yeah, sure. And I'll cast
I
it
didn't
on
learn
myself.
that one. I'm an idiot.
So she's no longer poisoned.
So you reach down and you pick up this doll that's not honestly that much smaller than you are. As you're just gonna it's sitting on this a chair. I'm boosted up by 2 pillows.
I'm gonna prestidigitation it so it looks nice and pretty.
Okay.
And like fix its hair, and then I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna kind of like turn it around so it's facing everyone, put my arms around and be like,
Look, I have a doll that's pretty much my size, but it's my doll.
I take one giant step backward and say, that's very lovely.
Your name is Putris, because this room is gross and it's kind of like Beatrice, but with putrid in it.
Huh.
As soon as the doll hears it, you all see the head is facing you guys. It and turns all the way around.
It's gonna bite your face off.
I'm gonna look at it and go,
Oh my god, that was a cool trick. I wish I could do that.
It starts screaming and bawling even louder. It is so loud, it's almost painful as you hear a loud pitch of a wail and you hear the slight cracking of glass. You look over to the massive tank of murky water over to the side and you see the water splashing a little bit. And you see the water shift, and there's a slight... Something comes out of the water. It's black and goopy, and it disappears back into the water.
All right, we need to...
As it cries louder.
We need to try to calm it down.
Are there any sweets around?
We can take a look, but all of this is garbage. I guess Rodek and I will begin to investigate. To try to find anything that's not rotten food.
Can we look around?
What's on this side of the room?
What's that?
This side of the room.
You see over to the side a doorway. That probably would have been a doorway to hold 2 large wooden doors. Has collapsed forward and is filled with rubble, just like many of the other doorways that you've seen. And you said that you were going to also do something, Sylvie?
No, I'm just holding her.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll look around the room.
I think it's +10, but let me check for investigation. Yep, 23.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything that isn't putrid
23.
rotten food.
You are looking around, and you find sweets, you find cakes, and pastries, and all these desserts, but they are just green and gray and yellow, and just horrifically putrid.
Ugh.
Do we have anything with us?
Probably. Let me check my bag of tricks.
I look through my pack for anything sweet.
Do you have anything sweet? I don't know what you have in your inventory.
Probably not.
What would you? Yeah, I mean, berries. That would be like the sweetest thing you would have, right? Like a dried berry.
I have nothing. Nothing. I probably have some fine liquor. That's about it.
I pour some ink down its throat.
Quiet, baby, shut up!
This always works!
I don't have anything.
Is there some way that we could call the other ghosts in here?
Do you have the clockwork chipmunk?
You mean Sophina's chipmunk?
You mean my chipmunk?
I thought we had toys crafted. Do any of you have those toys still?
For Sophina.
Yeah.
For me. Annulin, I will punch you in your face. That is not something we joke about.
I'm not joking.
I punch Annulin in her face. And it does no damage because I have a 0 to strike.
Oh! No, that minimum of
Just
100.
one day. We'll use the hit first.
Yeah. Attack roll my face.
No, I'm holding on to the doll.
I mean, anything that we could give this thing that might be like a toy or something.
Wants a toy.
It's just an idea. We can't find
It is
any
a
sweets.
toy.
We don't have anything else.
The head turns back around and it's just crying at the same pitch that it was.
Just something to try to calm it down. We don't have. You know, the child in the mirror said that she wanted the attention of her mother and father.
So how can we? I mean, what happened to the mother's ghost blue ball thing? It just floated off.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. The orbs that we saw that were like.
You saw them fly off, and then you
that was
saw
it?
just doors unlocking.
Right.
And then that was it.
And they
you
were
never
gone.
saw the figures
No,
again.
right. No, okay.
I'm gonna put the doll down on the ground and then use minor illusion to make a fake, like tea set and play tea party with her on the ground while everyone's fucking around. Even though she's crying through it all.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
There we go.
13. Is that a 13 or an 18?
13.
Oh my god, a persuasion check? Oh, that's gonna be a hot 22.
22. As you're playing with her, she's still crying, but it starts to drop down slightly as the rustling water in the huge tank on the side starts to calm down slightly.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mayo.
for the cheer. Thank you,
It
Mayo.
appears to be working. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we just need to give her attention.
I'm not paying any attention to them.
and care. I mean, that's the only reason I even brought up the chipmunk.
Did the door close behind us like in the other rooms when we came through?
No.
It didn't. I'm gonna walk back towards the door, and I have and don't laugh at me, either a liar or a leer.
What?
A liar. Okay. I have one of the two. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna pull that out and just play some sort of music and like kind of stick my head down the hall, and I forget the mother's name. What?
What was
Amelia.
Amelia. Thank you.
I can't wait to see how this performance check goes.
And I'm gonna like I'm gonna play a little song and say, Amelia, Bedelia, where did you go? And see if any ghosts appear.
Make a performance check.
Wow. This is...
Are you proficient with liars?
I don't think so.
At disadvantage.
No!
That's pretty bad. It's a 4.
You hear bling, bang, bling, 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 bling. Immediately.
Out of tune. Never used it.
The doll seems to lose focus of the tea set.
I told you we were gonna die.
As it starts crying again loudly, its face is wrenched with sadness.
I'm going to immediately start.
As the crack continues on the glass to get wider.
I'm going to immediately start giggling at the sound and saying to the doll,
It's so funny when people are terrible at things, but we're not terrible at things, like tickle fights!
and I'm going to jump on the doll and give it a tickle fight.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, dear God.
18.
18. As you start to tickle it, it slows down for a minute. It kind of is confused at what you're trying to do. It then starts crying again, but very slightly quieter than it had previously after Angel's performance.
And then I'm going to pull my brush out of my pack and I'm going to start brushing its hair and holding it.
I love you, doll. And you know what? For the rest of our lives, you'll be my best friend, and I'll take you everywhere, and we'll go on adventures, and I'll never forget you. And you'll never forget me, and it'll be the best.
Is there any way that we could maybe create an illusion with the hat of disguise of her parents?
You mean this? And I use major image to create an illusion of her parents doting on her.
We've seen her mother.
Okay.
But I don't know, have we seen a picture
We
saw a
painting
picture
her,
of her father in the painting, correct?
Yes. You have seen a picture.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be enough to create...
Are they speaking to her?
They can.
Are they saying
I would have
anything?
no idea. I'll have the mother, because she's the only voice that I've heard.
You've heard it.
I'll have the mother, saying, oh, you look so sweet, just like the sweets we give you. Sweet for a sweet, my favorite little girl.
Make a persuasion check.
That's pretty good.
These dice don't be terrible.
Whoa!
27.
27. She looks at them, and she sees and she hears what they say, and she kind of she perks up a little bit, and she kind of waits as soon as she's talking. Sweets for a little girl, and it's almost the doll's looking expectantly, and then her face turns downward. She starts crying, but even at a lower volume than it had before.
We're on to something.
Just keep doing what you're doing, as
So
explained.
I'm just gonna...
Just keep your voice down. You're upsetting her.
Okay.
poor, I can't remember her name.
Why don't you respect
Patricia?
that song?
That's a good one. And so I'm just gonna, you guys trying to find something sweet for her.
Shit.
Make something if you have to.
And just as a meta thing, if you want me to reread anything, just for this whole business,
Yeah, go ahead and read the little
feel
girl's
free
thing
to
again.
do that. I just want to make sure that is allowed.
I have a bear tooth and a bumblebee medallion.
Sorry. Oh, hi, I'm Flora LeBlanc. I always wanted mommy and daddy, but they were too busy for me, and that made me cry. Everyone didn't like me crying, so they would feed me sweets, which helped to stop my crying, but I was still sad. Alphonse hated my crying the most. He hated everything and everyone except for his doggy. I was afraid of him. And then the night he came back from the trip very late, I was very afraid of him. It's hard to think my dolly crying so loudly. She's sad like I was. It'd be nice if she could stop crying. It'd be nice for her to have what I did.
I mean, I really, meta out of character, I really think that it's about her parents, and I think that we're on the right track. My goal is that my idea is that we need the parents to talk to her and then maybe give her something. It was like he said, the doll was looking expectantly after we summoned the illusion.
Well, and I think a key thing too is it says that the sweets would stop her from crying for a time, but
Right.
she's
She was
still
still
sad.
sad.
Right.
So I don't think the sweets are
Totally.
what does it.
I agree.
think, and she mentions being scared of the dog.
Well,
No, she
No.
mentioned. This is out of character.
Yes,
Yes.
we're discussing the puzzle, so we
yeah,
don't
so that
like...
way we don't.
So I.
blow it again.
All she said was that Alphonse liked the dog and hated everyone else.
Yeah.
She might have also liked the dog.
Can you read the part about the dog again?
I will.
He hated everyone but the dog, essentially.
So
Hated her crying.
he
the
hated
most.
me. He hated her crying. Hold on, sorry. He hated everything and everyone except for his doggy. I was afraid of him.
Afraid of him or
Afraid of Alphonse.
That's what I took it
Or
to
the
be.
dog. I took it as Alphonse too on the initial reading. Because he hated everyone and everything except his dog.
I was afraid.
I was afraid of him.
Which
so
would be Alphonse.
I would have, yes, is the way that I would have read that. Correct. I would have read that as
He.
that pronoun is Alphonse, referring to Alphonse.
So back into character.
Yeah.
I'll
sorry.
turn. Do we have anything dog related? Anulin, can you turn into it? I guess you can you summon a dog or something?
I can bark like a dog, but I don't think that's gonna help us.
I have a bear tooth. It's almost like a
I'm not sure
bone.
that will help.
It's almost like a bone.
But it's not a dog.
Would a dog want to chew on a bear tooth?
What?
I want to look around for any.
It's like
any
bone.
Dog,
It's like a
anything
dog.
dog related in the
Make an
room.
investigation check.
Here, I'll help you. 23.
23.
You all look around
Again?
and you find bones, but there's nothing quite dog related in this. I would say that in the banquet hall that there would be nothing dog related in here besides just bones that are there that a dog might enjoy, or a pig ear that a dog also might enjoy.
I'm gonna grab something that I think might be like a bone because that wouldn't be like
Putrid.
what?
No, go ahead.
What did you say?
Putrid.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. That wouldn't have been like rotted away. And I'm gonna basically do what Anulin did. I'm gonna step out of the dining hall and like poke my head out and do my best like here doggy 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 and just like see what happens.
Okay, you do that.
I'm thinking outside the box this time.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't know.
Or animal handling check. Dog.
Oh, fuck. My animal handling is a 1.
Uh-huh.
13. Hot 13.
13. You are just waving it down. And then the girl gets distracted
Oh, fuck.
as you do this. And she starts crying loudly. There's several cracks as water starts to...
I'm gonna cast mending on it.
Okay. Could you... How would that work? What's the range?
Touch, I'll have to go over there.
Okay.
But I'll take the doll
Go
over there
ahead.
and cast. Put my hand on it and cast mending.
Mending. Okay, so as you go over and you cast mending, I would say for this, you place your hand on this and you try to mend it, and it seems as if nothing is actually working to mend this glass. And you kind of touch it, and it almost feels like there's a spectral hum from it, similar to like the rest of the strange magic of this mansion.
I'm gonna put the doll in the water.
And as you throw the doll into the water,
it should make it stop crying.
You throw the doll into the water, and
Fairy Patricia.
As you throw the doll into the water, immediately the glass starts to rattle and shake, and the doll gets chucked back out.
I'm surprised
and
it just instantly breaks.
Sits back down into the chair where it was, completely covered in this horrific, putrid water. You can see that it is covered in horrible bits of shell and bits of legs of crab and shrimp and lobster. And it is covered in this, and it turns and looks and it opens its eyes, and it starts wailing louder and louder. And the glass starts cracking, and then it almost looks like the entire tank is getting very close as the water is thrashing all about.
No. I think we've got one more try.
I just pat it on its head.
My parents always practice like a self-soothing method, so maybe we just let her cry it out.
No, that's not the
Sylvie,
way.
can you make an intelligence check for me?
Sure. It's gonna do nothing. I think it's like a 7.
I would say that that's enough.
Hold on, I don't know for sure. Intelligence.
You're a gnome after all, huh?
Or insight.
An 8.
Yeah.
An 8. Insight would have been a 6.
Either way, that's fine. That's enough to know that you got the sense that there was, when the parents were talking to her, that the doll seemed to be responding to the actual words, to some kind of word, and it seemed disappointed that something wasn't said.
I'm still patting on the head.
I say that to them.
There. It's okay.
Could you please make a persuasion check?
I prestidigitation her claim.
Not good. A 9.
A 9. And as she is continuing to stay at the same volume.
You still have major image out, right? How long does it last?
No, I think it only lasts for like a minute.
Does it?
Yeah, it's not long.
Can you
it
have?
might be 10 minutes, but
Can you have of disguise?
it's 10 minutes.
Oh.
So they're still hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
I maybe.
I'm gonna have them look at her and say,
I don't know. What do I have them say? Should I have them say that they hated Alphonse and that she's their favorite? Should I have them say Alphonse is dead? Should I have them say that Alphonse is dead and the puppy belongs to her now?
Just have them say what every little girl wants to hear, that they love her.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
so I'm gonna have them say, oh, hush now, sweetheart. Mommy and Daddy love you.
As soon as the words come out of the mouth,
It's either really good or really bad.
the doll's face shifts from sorrow to a warm, contented smile. It turns... God damn it. It turns to nestle its face in its arm. And it gets up out of its chair, and it goes over to waddle over to the major image.
Oh
And give a hug around the major image.
Do I see
And
that?
then, as soon as that happens, it begins to dissolve and crumble. You hear a rattling and a shattering of the huge mirror behind you. You turn to look, and Flora's ghost floats
Brilliant job.
and looks down at you with a smile.
Brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Her eyes are dry as my iPad fucks up. I apologize.
We need to avoid as much combat as possible.
That was fucking close, guys.
I was gonna say it felt like we had like one more shot.
Yeah.
That was it.
You had one more. Yeah. Veil turned back. I think that made that pretty obvious. Flora, her eyes, she's looking at you, her eyes dry. Yay! Dolly isn't sad anymore. Neither am I. But I was sad for so long. people that are around Alphonse for long are sad. It's what he does. It was just the family and the lady who didn't wear a lot of clothes for a long time. But then Alphonse brought another lady. She also looked sad. But she did whatever Alphonse said, and he liked that. I was afraid of her too. Then they brought home a small girl that I thought I might have someone to play with. Then I learned she wasn't actually a kid. And she was as sad as me, even though she did everything Alphonse wanted. It was like she was Dolly, but was also alive. But I can always see just how sad she is in her eyes.
I'm gonna hold on to Amira's hand really tightly while
it clenches as Amira is just kind of looking down at the ground, and she's kind of gritting her teeth, and you can see that there's some tears streaming down, which she was already kind of choking up from that whole scene, and then she's basically losing it at this point. And you can kind of see a little bit of remnants from the puke on her chin. It's a very gross scene. And Flora says, "But I hope you can make her not sad like you made me not sad. I was in the mirror for such a long time. When Alphonse caught me crying, even though I had my sweets, I knew he would be mad. And he was. And he stabbed me right here." She points to her chest. "I couldn't even cry anymore. And that made him smile. Then he said he had to visit Papa for one last chat. Papa doesn't like to be interrupted, but for some reason I think we should see him. Come on." And her ghost turns into that translucent blue orb and flies off through the door.
I don't think that we've ever specifically said this before, but I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. So let's go see his dad.
I turn to Amira and I know I keep asking you this, but are you all right?
She is continuing to look down. Sylvie, you feel like she's almost crushing your hand.
I just deal with it.
As you do that, she takes several moments, and she, yeah, no, I'm fine.
I'm just gonna reach out and put my hand on her shoulder and say, "We can do this. We're gonna kill him."
We are. That's what we're here to do.
Yep.
We've made it this far.
And we're all going to make it out alive.
And,
That's right.
you know, something that happened in this room really hit home with me, and I just wanted to say to all of you, Amira, Annulin, Vandris, and Rodak, I love you guys.
I love you too.
Yeah. Let's kill us a Dracula!
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's kill us a Dracula.
Okay.
All right.
Even White Gore. I even love...
Smelly old White Gore?
No, just Rodak.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
well, I love you guys too. And I'm gonna go over and hug Sylvie.
Oh, hi. You smell more potent this close. But that's okay.
I'm trying.
No, I didn't say it was a bad potent. It's just potent. But let's go see Alphonse's dad, huh?
As we start to turn around and leave, I'm gonna say, yeah, no, that actually reminds me too. Now that you bring up Wygor, maybe when all this is said and done, we can put on a new play about how we killed this son of a bitch.
Oh my god, that's so great! I'll start writing it like right after I'm not dead.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
What should we call it?
Well, we got plenty of time to come up with the title.
The Death of Vampire. No, I don't like that word. The Death of Dracula, the Vampire, the Masquerade, the play. Yeah, it's a
work in progress.
title.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
As you're all walking out,
I'm gonna pile up the bits and pieces of Putrice and put it in my bag.
as you go down to root up and find the pieces of Putrice, something catches your eye in the remnants of the shattered glass.
God damn it. Keep doing this.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
You find as enough to give it to you. You see a little arm sticking up.
A Oh my god, the arm I've always wanted. It's not Vandris's, but it's an arm. Oh my god, guys, I found an arm. I found an arm. I found an arm. There's an arm in Putrice. There's an arm, and it's mine. I don't care what any of you say.
And you root around and you find a small cloth doll. And it is wearing a bright, poofy dress and has curling black hair. It actually does not look quite unlike Flora.
Oh my god, look, it looks just like Flora, kind of. But I'm gonna name her Putrice, because that was the name I gave the doll when I first became friends with it.
Sylvie, is this the doll you want?
Yeah.
Well, go on.
What do you mean, go on?
Did you already take it?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm taking it.
All right, well.
It has an arm, which was what I wanted to collect.
You take it.
Vandris, like, is rubbing his
Well,
own arm, like,
Vandris.
I reach out my arm.
With that, our Fey Pact is complete.
Wait, really?
I'm kidding. There's no magic there. It's just
thank God I'm never scared.
Rodek, our Fey Pact is complete. I'm kidding. But yes, it is.
You mean it?
Yeah, no, of course. No pony. I got a doll.
And no arm.
And no arm. I have a doll
Okay.
arm.
But if I do die, just promise to take some piece of me back to the town.
You're not
For
going to
why?
die, so I don't need to agree
Why
to
would
that.
we do that?
To grow a new me.
You can grow a Vandris from
You
a
know,
piece
Genji
of
always said that, and I never really knew that the deal was.
Me neither, but I've taken it to
That
heart.
was some kind of a Dragonborn joke, but
No, I'm treating that as legitimate battle medicine advice.
Well, I know exactly which piece of you I would take.
Okay.
Are we ready?
So as you leave, it seems as if... Good night, ladies and gentlemen. So as you're leaving, Amira kind of wipes her face off, the snot and kind of the remnants of that, and wipes away the tears, and she's like, if you guys, we all survive and you do put on a play, I'll even fucking be.
That's fantastic.
Well, let's kill Dracula.
Fuck
Whatever the
yeah.
fuck that is. And
Yeah, Dracula.
you turn out of the hallway, and immediately to your left, you see a
My
large
chair is
wooden
caught on
mahogany door that is
Weirdo, leave me alone.
carved. It's this deep, rich mahogany wood carved with these scenes of great forests and great mountains and hounds, elk, and huntsmen on horses and crossbows. It's glowing blue. As you approach, you feel heat radiating from behind the door to the room.
Like dangerous heat or like a nice
It's warm.
fire
It
heat?
it feels very warm, but it's not like it's like a blazing inferno.
Right, like if I was in middle school and I felt the door, I wouldn't turn to the rest of my team and say, they taught me that there's a fire behind that door.
Only
Correct.
you
Okay.
can prevent study fires.
Oh, okay, well I try the handle.
What's middle school?
It's the school that's in between first school and last school.
It must work differently with dwarves.
It's an elf.
Yeah, it must be an elf thing.
I read all about it once.
So, as you open the door, blue light nearly blasts you as you enter what seems to be a large trophy room. Get rid of it, the rest of
That's
it.
good timing music-wise.
Get rid of the rest of it.
As you enter the room, you feel the temperature rise many degrees compared to the rest of this chilly mansion. As you see across the way, a huge fireplace
Huh.
on the wall is lit with a roaring flame that illuminates the entire space with a ghastly blue glow as the blue fire burns in this fireplace. As you enter, the door slowly closes behind you. As you realize you're surrounded by the taxidermied remains of dozens of creatures.
Well,
The heads of basic animals like deer, bears, wolves, boars, and other game hang on the wall, as well as the grotesque heads of monstrosities, including manticore, owlbear, griffin, as well as creatures like trolls, goblins, kobolds, and ogres. Then, lining the wall, however, are the full stuffed corpses of huge, monstrous creatures, none of which you've seen before.
oh boy.
A monstrous, shaggy goat creature covered in rows of horns. A huge black hound with 3 slavering heads. long-necked and long-legged bird monster with a large gullet. A large sharp-tailed bat with such a huge jaw that it seems more head than body. A 6-legged alligator beast. A serpent with an extending spine with spikes all along its back and a gem-like protrusion on its head. An incredibly woolly spider with claws extending from each leg tip. A white bestial boar with empty eye sockets. Hanging just above this fireplace is a heavy crossbow that sits above a large number of trophies and awards for all manner of hunting competition, all covered in cobwebs and dust. You see what used to be a huge liquor cabinet, as well as a variety of ruined plush seating arrangements. Across from the roaring fire is a huge horizontal mirror, reflecting the beasts in the room until it flashes blue, and you see a figure looming within. Middle-aged man, right there. Broad and tall, with a perfectly chiseled jaw. You clearly recognize, or rather, that was lined with a neatly trimmed beard. His light hair is cut short, and you clearly recognize the man to be Philip LeBlanc from the portrait in the foyer. He's wearing a casual drinking vest and slacks. His shirt is unbuttoned several buttons, and his sleeves are rolled up. Across his throat, you see a long knife wound extending from ear to ear.
Jeez.
He looks down at you sternly, but with a hint of wistfulness. I am Philip LeBlanc, renowned hunter, head of the LeBlanc family, and one of the primary founders of Arguay. My companions and I turned this savage wilderness into a prosperous port city in only a decade, and I gladly reaped the benefits of it for many years, taking up a new crest in this golden age for my family. I must admit, though, while I enjoyed the lavish life of a wealthy noble, nothing ever compared to the thrill of the hunt and the glory of the kill. Look around you to see what I was capable of. I had been considering taking a long break, giving up on the fancy life and getting back to big game hunting, but my coward of a son snuck up on me after I'd spent the evening drinking. I know there's more to it, but I just can't get the memories of my glory days out of my head. I just wish I could experience my crowning achievement one last time. And his head looks off wistfully as he reminisces.
I'd like to inspect the crossbow hanging above the fire.
You look at the crossbow. It is hanging. This thing is massive. This is a heavy crossbow for a large man. It is perfectly sculpted and polished and well taken care of, despite everything else in this room being covered in cobwebs and dust. But this thing is pristine, is perfectly carved. And you see in elegant letters on the what do you call the fucking
like
what do you call that thing? The hilt? Is that what it is?
The what?
The hilt.
The stock.
The stock.
Yes, it's like
on the stock.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
yeah.
right.
In the stock.
Yeah.
So in the stock, it's is chiseled in beautiful font. At Philip LeBlanc.
Does it look like it can be removed?
You want to try it?
No. I want to see if it looks like it can be removed.
It does not seem to be fully mounted.
Like it's not locked in.
It does not seem to be locked in. It seemed to be on two metal hooks that just point upward, but it looks like it could be lifted off.
Does there appear to be extra ammunition under it, on the hearth?
As you see, you investigate it, it actually seems to be loaded with a bolt.
Just one.
Seems to be just loaded with one. And
on a scale of 1 to Dream Daddy, where does he range, would you say? You're gonna roll a d10.
Barbie Dreamhouse Daddy.
Oh!
Sylvie faints.
So as you're examining this, the fire kind of gets larger and larger and blazes and then flares out for a moment before, and you have to almost just jump back, but the sheer heat of it just bathes the room, and then it dies back down. Everyone takes
fuck.
Shit.
No dex roll?
6 points of fire damage.
Fudge monkeys.
6 points, you say?
Yep. The whole room gets bathed in heat.
Alright, so out of character, because I think that's the best way to discuss
I don't know.
to discuss
Concentration?
these puzzles.
No.
I think that he said he wants to relive his greatest achievement, his crowning achievement. So that's one of two things, right? Either being one of the founding members of Agwe, or it's hunting these creatures. I'm saying this out of character.
No.
What?
There is no out of character.
Well, with the amount that we
voice got just a little bit higher.
With the amount that we fuck
and
up.
you talk, your cadence just changed just a wee bit.
With puzzles, fuck it. I'm out of character because fuck this shit. I need every single hit point I can spare at this point, okay? So my thought process before we jump back into RP is to see how many bolts there were total. And if there's only one, I don't know if we need to reshoot one of these creatures, and if we fuck up, they're all gonna come to life and eat us. Or, we slay them and we're good to go.
That reminds me of a puzzle.
Just my thoughts.
There is a shaggy goat, a 3-headed dog, a large gullet bird, a bat with a big
I
head.
thought it was a large mullet bird. But keep going.
A 6-legged alligator, a serpent with a gem on its head.
So the other thing you said a bat with a big head.
I did have a head
Immediately makes me think of like Loudna.
That's true.
Which is like
a
possible.
fuzzy spider, I think it was furry.
A woolly spider.
You get it right.
And then a white bestial boar with no eyes.
So I like the serpent with the gem in its head, and I like the big-headed bat. But anyway,
sorry.
That fire was hot. It looks like this crossbow is not permanently mounted to the wall. I don't want to touch it. But I think it might
going to have to use it.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Well, is there a family crest anywhere in the room?
Make an investigation check.
Would it be a minute seat? Probably not, if it's far away. 23. Fucking weird.
That's
Every investigation check for you has been a 23 tonight.
Yeah.
Are you going to investigate everything, including the crossbow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I would say, as you look around, are you going to lift it up?
Would I be able to reach it?
I would say that you're a large dwarf. I would say it's not that high up. You would be able to reach it. It's hanging above the mantelpiece. You'd be able to probably go up.
So it looks super heavy.
I mean, it's a heavy crossbow, but you'd be able to.
So it has a heavy property.
Yes,
it's like as heavy as a two-handed.
It's a heavy property. Correct.
Do you mind? May I?
No, please.
I'll lift it up, and I'll.
And after you finish looking around, you don't really find any crest, and then you look over, and then there's that familiar symbol right beneath the trigger of this crossbow.
Huh.
The crest of Alphonse LeBlanc that has marked all of his letters. The serpent eating its tail.
The serpent. The one with the gem in its head.
Like a crown.
Yeah, shoot it right there in the gem.
I want to get out of this room as soon as we can. This is disgusting.
Now hold on.
That was good, lad.
Whoa, did you guys hear that? Wygor from the story that I wrote is here.
I was born for the stage.
What? You didn't play Wygor, Rodic did.
Anyway, are you sure you can make this shot? I mean, it's pretty close. We do have a ranged weapon user here.
I can't lift
Fine,
that thing.
I'll do it. Give it to me.
That thing's too big for me to handle.
And
I know how that came out.
Look, I heard it as soon as I said it.
As soon as I said it.
Listen, it's not moving and it's close. I have faith in you. Are you going to be able to make this shot?
Do you remember the very first day that we met each other and we dealt with all those Kenkos the day we found Sophina?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, and we were in Rodek's cart and Annulin was jumping from board to cart.
Yeah, that was wild.
And we were all fucked and then Rodek just driving the cart turned around with his crossbow
That's
and
right.
killed that thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Do you remember that?
Well, that was a wee crossbow, but I used these
But
back
you're
in the
so
war.
much
I
less-
mean, I'm not.
But you have gotten so much fatter since then, Rodek.
Also, what happened to Annulus? She used to be cool.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say it out
She
loud.
literally jumped from the cart and murdered a boar with it.
I don't think now's the time.
Sorry, we can discuss this over a nice cold one at the old inn.
I didn't want to say it out loud because I was afraid it would hurt her feelings, but yeah, you got boring.
And then as soon as you're thinking of a nice cold one, flame erupts. Everyone takes 4 points of fire damage.
God damn it.
As it rages up and returns back to its normal form.
How much did we take?
4 points that.
6 and
10
4,
total.
10 total.
10 total.
Okay, because I didn't take damage the first time. I just rolled a die.
I'm like under half health, guys. Out of character.
That's what I'm saying. I need every point here.
Am I doing this?
Yeah.
Shoot it.
Absolutely.
Shoot it.
It's not moving, so...
I want to aim for the...
Hold on. Old McRodick had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
And I'm going to give you bardic inspiration.
Almost like not hearing that, but feeling kind of steadier.
Fuck yourself.
I'm just so focused. Is there a clear spot that it would feel like I would want to stand? Like, is there... looking
like
at the serpent...
ideal vantage point.
So, you would say directly in front of it, the serpent is stuffed, where it's just coiled several times on the ground, and then just rising up, rearing its head. Its mouth is wide open with its fangs hanging down.
Miss this.
This massive red gem in its skull, its spines along its back.
You're good. There's no way you missed this
I want to wear that snake.
I want to aim straight for the gem, and at least like 5 feet back, so I'm not disadvantaged mechanically. And I would like to shoot it.
You do that, and I need you to make an attack roll at advantage. Because it is not moving.
You know, on an off note, I feel like if we were to take this thing home, Orpheus could make a nice pair of boots out of this. Seems like something he'd wear.
Yeah.
Is there an attack bonus on the weapon, or is this my...
Whatever your heavy crossbow, it would be a heavy crossbow.
Okay.
It's a heavy crossbow.
So, I think I have it. Well, I don't own one, but I can figure out what it would be if I go to actions.
Annulin is still the best at lock.
That's not canonically true. That's not canonically true. That's not canonically true.
22 to hit.
Okay.
It's been nuked from
I thought you were going to say something else, but no. So that hits. So you see Rhoda, he hunkers down and wielding a massive heavy crossbow like this gives you kind of these flashbacks from the war. In a Me starts playing.
Choppers in the distance. Things start to get black and white. You're sweating.
I love the Tiger.
Palm trees and fire.
So it gives you memories from the war, standing on the walls, firing down onto the frost giants, and you kind of get taken back, and you shoot directly. The crossbow bolt fires and shoots. It is probably the most responsive crossbow that you've ever handled, as it fires out and it slides and it hits directly in the gem. And as soon as it makes contact, it the bolt turns into a blue wisp and it comes over the snake as it pierces in, and all of a sudden you see the snake start to move. Its eyes go wide as it all looks around at you, hissing and slithering. And as it rears up, coiled down, it attacks you, and everyone needs to roll for initiative.
No! I was so convinced we finally figured a puzzle out.
We probably did.
Out of character, we
I
may
think
have.
we did.
You just
I
did that.
think we have to fight it.
It's an unavoidable fight.
Well, yeah, okay. I think we're re-killing it to to show him what it was like to fight. So
that is going to be 20 to 25.
21.
21. Okay.
21.
Did you like that dance?
21. 15, 20.
Thanks.
17.
17.
I did that for you.
Rodek and Angela.
14.
I'm going to do Amira. Wow, she is really... Okay, with that, it is this massive, slithering, red-scaled serpent with huge golden black eyes is looking at you menacingly as it knocks over some of the taxidermy beasts, and you see its tail whip around, some of the heads fly off the room, and it is getting ready to attack. Sylvie, it's your turn.
I'm going to fire all 3 of my glitter lances at the snack. Natural 20.
Nice.
30 for one, and then did you remember?
7.
And then 18 for the other.
Both hit.
You mean all 3?
Oh, 18's the AC.
Meet or beat.
So yeah,
Yes, that's all three.
Yeah,
So
I missed the
one
second
of them's a crit, so I'll do the crit
Okay, yeah.
first. And that's 17 for the crit.
17K.
Do we have a token?
And then it is...
Give me that Tekken. Oh, that's a big snake.
And then
So
another
Rodek
6.
would be like here.
You can position your guys wherever you want.
And then another 18.
So 17, 18.
And that's the total amount of the damage.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna math that out very quickly.
Kill the snack.
As you extend your hand and you blast it all through, and you start to see it kind of blasting away and melting these scales, and there does seem to be flesh kind of sizzling underneath. And with that, it's Vanish's turn.
All right, I'm gonna rush up and stab it in the face.
Okay.
16 plus 10 is 26.
Hits.
Oh, that was bad. Holy shit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16 plus 3 is 19, plus 6 is only 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. You run up with Venom's spine, and it finds purchase immediately in its underbelly, and you stab the rapier in, and blood is just spilling out of it as it rears
I'll
back.
fancy footwork to disengage and back up the rest of my movement speed.
Okay, got it.
Real quick question. These, they're how big are these?
They're just large tokens. I would say it's 2x2. So I would you could probably move that.
I guess my question is there anyone that I could hide behind?
I would say you could definitely hide behind.
I'm going to use my bonus action to attempt to hide between the.
You hide behind the massive jawed bat monster, and Vander disappears behind him.
I don't need to roll stealth or anything?
Yes,
okay,
you do.
I get advantage on stealth, right? Good thing it's plus 13. Oh, no, the lowest I can roll is a 10, so it's a 23.
23, okay, cool. So Vander disappears behind it, you're like, where did it go? And with that, it's Anna's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to the white boar and just like run and leap and mount it and be like, I'm still cool, and fire 2 arrows
Fuck
at
you,
it.
Vandris!
Acrobatics check, please.
What?
Acrobatics.
I hope one of my arrows doesn't go
it's a
astray.
9.
You do this, but it doesn't look as cool as you were hoping.
Yeah!
It's like kind of like a really slow, awkward, like.
Yeah. It takes you a couple of attempps, and then you.
It's a big boar, guys. It'll make 2 arrows. So add-in 12, it's 22 and 20.
22 and 20. Okay.
Good job,
both
Kelsey.
hit.
I can count.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7.
And he's damaged, so you know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I was gonna do that on my next one.
Oh, well.
30.
30 points of damage?
Yep.
Holy shit, okay. So, despite not looking as cool as you would hope, you managed to fire from the back of this eyeless, horrible, like, ghost white boar, and both your arrows fly into the serpent as it rears up in pain. And then, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, as that happens, once again, the fire, this blue flame illuminates the room and it roars up, and you all take 2 points of fire damage.
Thank goodness.
Okay, with that, it's Roto's turn.
How does hiding?
I would like to
Go Nova.
Yeah, no, not yet.
I want to basically kind of throw the crossbow over my shoulder and find. I would still have my bolts on my person.
Yeah.
I want to find one of my old bolts and try to load it in to see if it'll work.
Sure, try that. Yeah, why don't you make, I would say that you are able to load it. It loads just fine. It's a heavy crossbow, yeah.
And I will shoot it again.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And it's an AC of 18, and you have Bardic
And I have Bardic Inspiration. What is it?
So D6. Roll a 6. Roll a 6.
I'll make it a precision attack.
Okay.
Whoops.
Still missed.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Oh no, even less than that 'cause it's a crossbow. Never mind.
So you fire, you fire, and you use all of your guidance from Sylvie's support, and it still manages. It's been a while since you used a heavy crossbow, and it's a moving target now.
Wait, it's supposed to be D10, not a D8. It's 12. No, not even.
So you had 2 from...
So it's 2, then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hit.
Barely misses.
Damn.
It flies out. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you get 2 attacks?
Not with a crossbow.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
It has the loading property.
You do this, and all of a sudden, as soon as the snake is finally its turn, it is going to just open its mouth and spray this venom all over the room in a 20-foot radius.
Well, that's
around
not
it. Do we have the red thing?
Yeah.
We do the red thing.
We do.
That is the entire room.
Yeah.
No, just them.
Does it even hit me? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it's around him.
It's around him.
Okay.
Correct. It's an aura.
Dex check, you say?
Let me see what it is.
Wisdom.
Poison,
Con
you
saving
say?
throw.
Fuck.
Con
Against
saving
poison?
throw against poison. Yes.
Yeah.
So as it sprays all over you,
So dumb question, all I do is roll and add my con, right? This is the only thing I never remember saving throws, right?
if you're not
It's
proficient,
there.
I just add my con to
Just
it.
add your con because you are not proficient.
17!
I got enough time to pee.
20.
No.
is that enough? Barely. Pass. Both of you manage to resist this poison. You take half of this damage.
Fudge.
16, 21,
Whoa, uncanny dodge?
25. Uncanny dodge does not count.
Okay.
20. So half of 25 points of damage, so 12 points of poison damage to both of you.
And I take 6, right?
Correct. As it sees both, it does not see Vandris. As it slithers up to Rhoda, the one that shot it and is standing just right there, it is going to unleash on you. It is going to do a gore attack.
It's going Baba Yaga on Rhoda.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. 18?
No, it's not.
Yes.
Hits?
Oh no, 19. Ha!
Okay,
Thank you, Andrew.
as it bites in, you actually take the crossbow and you shove it up in its mouth and you block it just barely at the last second and knock its head back. However, it is going to turn around again and then use its spine on the end of its tail to try to gore you.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's not nice.
Oh, actually, no, that was the bite attack. So, no, that was the bite attack, so this is the gore attack, yes. Apologies. That is going to be 28 to hit.
That misses.
So this is going to be piercing damage, so 5, 7, 8, wow, 10, 15 points of piercing damage. Horrible roll. 15 points of piercing damage as the spines whip around from its tail and gore you. And I think that's its turn. Yes, that's it. Okay. It's Amira's turn. And she is going to run up to it and...
Say, fuck you, snack.
And she's just going to make 2 attacks on it.
Sorry. I'm reading about hiding.
That hits.
I've literally never done this before.
And that one misses. So one of them manages to hit the scimitar as she dashes in and hits.
Attack without being seen. Yes. So as long as you're an unseen attacker, he doesn't perceive it.
And then, so she spins and she goes around like, how's everybody looking?
I'm not great at all.
Ouch!
I say nothing, because I am silent as the night.
Are you okay, Sylvie?
Yeah, no, if you only have to heal one of us, heal Fecal Deck, please.
You don't smell as bad as she says you do, and you enjoy healing harder.
That's true.
You smile a little.
And you take 7 points of healing.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Amira.
7 points of healing. And it's like, I do what I can. And with that, it's Sylvie's turn.
And I'm going to throw some glitter into the snake.
Okay.
30.
Glitter
Damn.
A natural one, so we'll add that. And then 18.
Glitter snake.
All your sevens
18?
look like ones to me.
I know.
Yep.
18.
18 is the AC. You hit it. Meet or beat, as they say.
Meter. Meter beater.
Mm.
That's what they called me in high school.
All right.
Yikes. That got dark.
15.
15 points total? Okay.
They used to call me Easy Rider.
As the two of the arcs of glitter lance as you start to see that the sparkles and the pink are kind of interlaced with these swirls of green, kind of swampy gas that blast in. You start to see that this snake is all covered in patches of bloodiness now. And with that, it is Vander's turn.
So having never done this, I'd be happy to roll more stealth. I'm going to try to sneak up on this thing and get an advantage attack.
You have stealth. What did you roll? You rolled 20 something?
I rolled a 23, which is the bare minimum that I can roll. No. So do I now get advantage on my attack?
Is that how it works?
Yep. You are an unseen attacker.
As long as he doesn't perceive me coming up to
the snake doesn't
attack.
realize he's there, so you are advantage.
And then because I have my good old feat called Elven Accuracy, I am going to re-roll one of the dice.
Oh,
nice.
That's impressive.
As long as I have advantage on the attack, I took it as a feat. Whenever you have an advantage on the attack roll using one of those modifiers, I can re-roll the dice once.
Tight.
It's really rad.
It's worse. So I got a 22.
22 hits.
Jesus, Lord Almighty, 10.
10?
No. Plus 8 is 18. Plus 6 is 24. I am rolling like trash.
24 points of damage. You run up and you stab it, and blood is starting to spill out.
I'm going to use my cunning action, my fancy footwork to disengage, moving the rest of my movement, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attempt to use my bonus action to hide again.
Okay, make a stealth check as you dodge behind the huge three-headed hound.
25.
Okay, you got to keep that. Okay, Angelin, you're up.
Alright, from my boorish vantage point, I am going to fire 2 more arrows.
12, remember?
Got her.
19 and 20, some of those lost will trouble you.
Just put Angelin over onto that board, like the one that's further away, the circle. Yeah, that's the board.
Okay. How can you tell?
It is now.
Okay, time out real quick. I have not found a penis yet, Mike.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the first map in which you have not drawn a penis.
This is your finest work.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know. Take a look at that rug.
Artistically.
Fully inspect that rug first.
Maybe a penis.
Maybe a penis.
On this episode of Find the Penis. Dracula.
39.
39 points of damage?
Yeah, I almost rolled max.
Shit.
Oh, nice.
She did, yeah.
I was 1 off max.
Dang, girl. Vane just
as the arrows fly in, one man is actually fly into its eye. It rears up and hisses. Its long tongue is thrashing about. It is in a lot of pain. It is rough. With that, the fire once again roars up. The bright blue flame. Everyone takes 5 points of fire damage.
Don't like this.
I don't care for.
Okay, with that, it's
just passive auras.
It's my turn.
Yep.
Hey,
Doctors, you guys are great. Welcome. They're fighting a horrible, re-animated taxidermy snake in the spooky mansion, so enjoy that.
The snake appears to be wearing a sunfire cape.
With him in my face, I'm just gonna gently kind of chuck the crossbow on the ground.
Yep, that's fine.
Gently chuck it.
Gently chuck it.
It belonged to the museum.
You belong in a museum.
There are too many League of Legends references tonight.
I was actually going for Indiana Jones, but...
and I'll put it on the ground and just pull my sword out, and I will attack 3 times.
Okay, do that.
16 misses, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hit.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I reroll that guy. Could be worse. So 8. So that's 16 plus 12 is what? 28.
20 points of damage. As you are hacking and hacking and hacking through, you slice this massive wound well up the body of the serpent. It is thrashing around in agony. Blood is pouring out of it. It is very, 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 very wounded. Like, very wounded.
And I'm just gonna...
Like, very wounded.
Yeah, I'll stay there. That's good.
Okay, with that, it's going to be its turn, and so let's get a radius on the aura.
It's basically everybody but the ladies.
Lumi's always on me, so like on the physical person.
Oh, that's just they're probably.
So it's just going to be us, everybody but the.
Yep.
The player ladies, not the NPC lady.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone needs to make a con saving throw as the venom spews out from this creature.
Oh no, that's a 10.
That's gonna be a fail.
Fudge monkeys. This could be bad.
28.
8, 11.
This is
18 points of poison damage as it spews out, and Amira gets hit, and she kind of manages to resist some of it. It's like, how does this mansion do all this stuff?
I hope all you viewers at home are enjoying the live updates from D&D Beyond. I know I am.
And then it is going to make a bite attack on Rodak. Chomp. And it's going to be a 29 to hit.
Barely misses.
As I lost my monster card. Here it is.
This is bad.
And it is going to be...
I might go down right now.
A con saving throw, please.
Against poison?
Yes.
Con, you say?
Boots and cats at 15.
15. 15, it fails. So as the fangs sink into you, you take 17 points of piercing damage.
Wow.
And the poison seeps into you. You're poisoned for 1 hour.
Holy shit.
So the 17, it's just physical,
it's just piercing.
natural weapon.
Yep.
Right?
And then it's going to try to whip its tail around and try to gore Amira. And it is going to fail spectacularly.
I'll use my reaction to attack the snake.
Damn it! And it dodges out of the way. Natural 1.
No. 2.
Hold on.
No, fuck off.
I'm gonna make it a precision.
You son of a bitch!
Fuck.
I want this kill.
It's a 15.
15, that misses.
Amira still might get it, but...
And as this happens, Amira is like, well, I guess I'll take it, and we'll see. And let's see if she does.
These dice are... I can't wait to...
So as Amira runs up and spins around onto the snake, and she's gonna, let's just see... Hey, Freely. Okay, so as she spins around, she almost looks like she's dancing in the air as she leaps up onto the snake with both of her scimitars and plunges both of them into the snake and slides down its back. It lets out a horrible death roar, and it lets out one final hiss as it collapses to the ground. And you see what once was a bloody mess, its skin starts to peel away, unleashing dusty stuffing all over the room. The fire dwindles before dissipating into nothingness. With a rattle and a shatter, the large mirror explodes, and Philip's spirit is above you, spinning around, admiring all of his trophies one last time. There's a satisfied expression on his face. As I change my music to regular manner. This takes me back to my glory days. We tracked that serpent for 2 weeks before finally cornering it, and I dealt the killing blow with my trusty crossbow. I thank you for allowing me to relive my moment that inspired me to reimagine my family crest. I could have done so much more had it not been for Alphonse. I wondered sometimes if I was too hard on the boy, but in a place like this, toughness is what builds strong men. But my boy was never strong, and he was a coward until the very end. When I had been into my brandy and I heard him ask me if I was proud of him, I couldn't answer before he slit my throat. He seemed pleased with himself, as if murdering his whole family was the first real achievement he had ever known. And now it all culminates in tonight. The devils he's dealt with, the strange women he's manipulated, the victims he's fed upon, the 9,999 souls he's trapped in his evil chalice. It's all come down to this. My boy intends to live forever. And whatever it is he plans to do that will make him truly immortal will happen tonight. and you are the only ones that can stop him. Avenge my family and everyone else. Please stop my son. I know where he is. To get there, we must go where he took us, all of us, after the slaughter was complete. As I collapsed from my chair, I heard him calling for his dog. The only thing I think he ever cared about beyond that perverted quest for greatness. He told me on several occasions that only that hound knew his secrets, his fears, and his loves. That he told them all only to Virgil, that mangy beast. I guess he was right. Come. With that, the form of Philip LeBlanc turns into a spirit, and it begins to move slowly as it passes through the door, which is directly ahead of you, to that hallway, and the door opens as it starts to fly. And then it opens the other door, leading into the foyer. As it starts to say, are you following it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, and as we do, I'm going to say to Amira, as we're all kind of like walking, I'm going to be like, damn, Amira, that was impressive.
I still got it, don't I, man?
Yeah. And I like shake her hand, and I was like, see, this is what I was talking about. Anyone used to do kind of stuff like that, but you did it way cooler.
I'm going to look up at her.
That was really hot.
And then I'm just going to walk away.
I mean, it was really hot in there. You're right, Sylvie. That was...
Yeah, that's
God,
not
that
what
was...
I meant.
I did so much damage to that thing. Y'all don't appreciate me.
Hey, I thought it looked cool.
No, we don't.
Annulin,
Anyway, let's go.
No, Annulin hit the weak spot. She's the one that did most of the damage.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Rhoda.
to be fair, you basically did nothing.
I'm agreeing. That's right. I did basically nothing.
And it's just really unfair that I did moderate to less than moderate damage, and no one will ever let me kill anything.
Rodek, do you have a health potion or something? You're looking kind of like
Oh, do you
dying-ish.
guys, do you guys
Health
want to
potion's
take a?
not going to do it.
Do you guys want to take a rest? Maybe go into town and hit up one of the nightclubs, and then come back and deal with this tomorrow?
I turn to Philip.
Well, he's just a floating
It's a floating orb, and it's leading you through
Yeah, we're following
the dusty manor. As you're walking through the organ, you make your way through the foyer,
Okay.
and you go up the stairs.
Oh.
It drifts up,
Ooh, sorry,
and
Ray.
as it passes his portrait on the way up, it lingers for just a moment, and then it especially lingers on Edward before passing on and making the way through the door. The door opens to your right into the hallway where you had just recently been.
Which one?
Before that one. No, the one closest. You lead in that way, and you see the small doorway to the left that connects the hallways, and it flies through there. The doors open, and then as soon as it enters the hallway, you see the little spectral wisp fly upwards, and you hear hum, and you look up, and you see what seems to be an attic hatch directly above you, and suddenly it shakes, and a rope drops down.
All right. I'm still pretty miffed about you getting the killing blow on the dragon, but I guess I'll climb up the rope first.
I'm telling you, if we get into trouble, I'm dead.
Well, we have potions. I suggest we start drinking.
And she goes over to you, Amira goes over to you and puts her hand, is like, can you please stop complaining? And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a potion, I think.
Cure
Yeah,
Wounds.
I'm gonna use a potion.
How does Cure Wounds work?
I think I gotta crack open a superior here.
Me too.
8d4 plus 8.
You're going to take 13 points of healing, Rich. As she channels that, and then she grabs her hissy amulet, and it glows.
8d4 plus 8. Oh, and I take the full amount because Lumi's with me, so...
Oh gosh, that's not as much as I'd hoped for. I'm gonna have to use another.
Okay. So you all stand there just pounding potions.
I'll use a grater.
Left and right.
The last grater.
I cannot count. I'm really bad at counting. But that's okay. I'm good.
This is gonna have to do.
No, I guess not.
I have 3, out of character, I have 3 potions of healing superior left.
I have 4.
I have 4.
Okay. Yeah, I had to use a bunch because I was like under 20 points of health after that fight.
Yeah.
I got AoE to death.
So I'm up to 70 out of 114.
I'm at 80 out of 80.
I'm at 73 of 80.
Okay, tough guy, you going first?
Yeah, you know it. I'll see you up there, and I'll grab the rope and I'll start to shimmy my way up.
So you grab the rope and you yank it down, and a folded up staircase clatters out with a loud creak. And there's a rickety staircase or ladder leading up.
I land on my ass. Oh, fuck! I thought we were supposed to climb this thing. God damn it, Alphonse!
Real smooth. That's how the vampire gets you. It was with an addict.
I get up rubbing my
It
tailbone.
would have been so much more funny if he just completely dropped dead.
No.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have left him dead. It's better now than in front of a Dracula. Never mind. Can we climb the stairs?
Yes, and I'll proceed to walk up them.
Okay. So you're all just going up.
It's been an hour since I picked up my doll.
I would say probably not. You'll need to take like a short rest.
I was gonna say, do you have to actively like focus on it? Because that's why I haven't done anything with the
You
sword
have to
yet.
spend a short rest with it.
Short rest,
Okay,
do it.
all right.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was like
I'm
an
pretty
active
loosey goosey. When you guys take a short rest, we'll tell you
Got
what. I will say this. I will do that again because you guys didn't take the time to inspect. But
I meant to. When you started talking.
I
Sorry.
apologize. We'll just say in the glass, you find a large leather belt and a heavy leather belt and with a large belt buckle that has the face of a boar.
And I
A boarbolt.
I would have taken the heavy crossbow with me as well.
Okay, you take the heavy crossbow, you take the belt,
Boarbolt. Yeah.
and with that, you start making your way up the rickety ladder, and each step creaks and groans from your weight as you ascend into the darkness. As you all emerge from the narrow chute into the attic, the faint light of the moon trickling in from a circular window behind you, illuminating a small, dusty room that is nearly bare. The smell of decay hits you even harder up here as you realize that on the rotting wooden floors are stained. The rotting wooden floors are stained with markings of a reddish brown. Directly in front of you are 3 large triangles in an interlocking pattern that create a larger triangle. The base of this symbol connects with a series of interlocking lines and triangles, ultimately making a bizarre 6-pointed star. At each point of this star is a splotch on the ground of the same color. Resting at the center of this pattern is a skeleton. Nothing remains but a pile of bones. But it's clearly not human. As you look more closely, it's apparent that this is the skeleton of a dog. And right by the base of its skull, sticking straight up out of the wood it's embedded in, is a dark, jagged knife, which is at the center of another pooled stain. You also notice that you're able to see out of the window clearly, and you're high up enough to have a clear view behind the mansion. As you look out, you see the remnants of what used to be a large, sprawling garden, completely overgrown as it stretches back into the bayou. Some of it completely sunk into the murky water. At the center of this garden is a circular brick courtyard. Although it's worn with age, the center seems to be patterned with the shape of a half moon. And with that, we're going to pull up this map.
Oh, shit.
Here we are.
Does it have the paper ready to go?
And it's paper ready to go.
What?
That's
Feywild.
That's Feywild.
Oh god, I
that's
got
all
scared. I got
Feywild.
scared.
That's the attic.
That's
I was
Feywild.
like,
We
wait
need
a
this for
minute.
next session.
So we are in this horrible looking.
Yeah, that's right. So the dog's in the middle.
The dog skeleton.
And we can assume that the 6-pointed star were the 6 family members plus help.
You know, you can assume whatever you want.
Well, it's two help, 4 family members.
Yeah. 2 help, 4 family members and the dog.
And we're in there somewhere, but you can just put us nearby, I guess.
Oh, I got the chills.
Are they
They're
multiplying?
multiplying.
There it is.
Losing control.
Anyway, this is spooky time. You guys are in a horrible sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's electrifying.
The window's behind you. That horrible thing is like the door. I did not do a good job.
Wait, so where's the moon? There's a moon in the
moon's coming
in the courtyard.
So the moonlight's coming through.
Oh, we're looking down at the
It's
courtyard.
heavy. It's the moon is high above you, nearing its zenith. As it's currently full, it's illuminating all of this courtyard, even through the trees of the bayou.
Alphonse?
Not to make anybody else get overly nervous before we do this, but I do want to point out that Alphonse's father mentioned something about 999,999 souls or something along those lines. So, not to put any more pressure on us, but we really shouldn't die here.
Yeah, no, I think he intends to take somebody's soul tonight.
I agree.
To make it 9,999.1 souls.
That's not quite how math works, but I'm gonna let it go considering where we're at. The point is, we need to be extra careful here. If we make one wrong move, this could be over for a lot.
Well,
A lot more than just Ogway.
if Guru did anything for us, hopefully these amulets do us well. Let's just not die.
Be on your toes. Keep your wits about you.
Didn't he say Alphonse would be up here?
I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty bare room.
Well, there might be a trap door. That's how you would say it, right, Rodak? A door?
Do I see any Draculas around?
Make a perception check.
You take a look around and he's, oh fuck, this is Dracula!
17.
17. You
Alpha,
look
that's how long
around.
you've been standing there!
This is a very small, dusty old attic. The only items on this old wooden floor are the skeleton of the dog and the dagger in the ground.
And as he says that, a door opens up and a man walks in. Hello, do-gooders.
Were you expecting someone else?
Subverting expectations since day one.
Kill his dog.
I mean, we already knew this man was a monster.
Killed his little titter.
Yeah, but he didn't even like her.
How could he not like her? She had such a soothing scream.
I suggest no one get too close to the, blood sacrifice design on the floor.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't
Why would
know.
his father lead us here?
What is that thing at the head of the star there?
That is a specific symbol of 3 interlocking triangles.
The ones from the book.
Okay.
I would say that without a roll, you'd probably be able to guess that was what the symbol Edward was referring to.
Okay.
I just want to take, not getting close to it, but I want to just take the time to, like, go around the edge and just sort of inspect, to see if there's anything that, any sign of, like, anybody being here recently.
Investigation check, please.
Not 23, 19.
19. You look around and everything is just covered in a layer of dust. And honestly, as soon as you walk around, you're not even doing anything to disrupt anything. It seems like to be in this horrible, perpetual state of decay.
Okay.
So it's sort of like always preserved in this state of like...
Of like decay and dust
okay.
and yeah.
There's no way out. There's nowhere to go.
Well, there's a window.
Can I peek through the window?
You look out the window and you see the huge courtyard and sprawling gardens beneath you. That's completely overgrown with plants and the trees and the hanging vines from the boughs of the trees.
Does the window have the ability to open?
You can look. It doesn't seem to open out.
Yeah. Okay. I just try to
You rattle it and nothing happens.
I don't think this window is meant to be opened.
Sylvie, does it seem like anything magical is happening?
Well, I don't know. Why?
Well, because I can't tell that stuff because I'm a dumb elf.
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but since you did, yes, you are.
Yeah, I know.
However, I don't speak magic. It doesn't have a language. Did you want me to use the wand? Because I think that would have been a better question.
Had I been a less dumb elf, I would have thought of that.
True, yeah, very much so.
Look, tensions are high. Let's all take a deep breath and...
Oh no, I think Avantris is tense. You should give him a massage.
With my...
manual hands.
You keep those damn hands to yourself.
No, I think you should. I think you should.
Not the time or place.
I'm gonna sit over here in the corner and watch.
Can we just focus for 1 second?
On what?
The wand.
No, the horrible...
Oh, the wand. Oh,
can you use it? Is this your last time you can use it today?
Huh? Oh, I don't know.
How
I'll
many
have
more
to
times can you use it?
No. Yes. This is the last time.
I just don't want to accidentally step on like a line and, do something terrible.
Almost fall into a portal to literally the plane of chaos
like
and be
that.
ripped to shreds.
Twice.
Mm-hmm. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, so did you want me to use it?
Yes, please.
Please do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rodek?
go on.
Okay.
I think now's as good a time as any.
I use the wand of magic detection.
As you are making your way along the
Good night,
along the
Becca.
lines. Good night. Good night for hanging
Night.
out. As you're waving your wand, you find that there is no magic in the blood around. No magic along the walls. However, as soon as you hover it over the dagger, it glows blue. And let me...
Oh no, this dagger's glowing blue, which means it's...
Dun dun dun!
I'm trying to find...
Holy shit.
I hate schools. Blah, blah, blah.
Dun dun dun!
Conjuration.
Oh.
Which means it's... conjuration magic.
Huh.
So this is where he summoned Solaris.
Oh, is
Probably.
that what conjuration means?
To
It's reasonable to assume.
I think it's
perhaps.
the reason, right?
Again, not really my area of expertise.
Nor mine.
You're kind of into daggery things. Why don't you take a
Pull the
look?
dagger
You
out.
want me to touch that
Take a
thing?
look, yeah. I mean,
What if it's cursed?
I'm
Do
gonna
you-
go over and pull the dagger.
Holy!
The dog.
So Sylvie walks up.
I skip.
and she skips over and pulls the dagger out. And you even see Amira, no. And as soon
Look
as
what this does!
you remove the dagger from the floor, the skeleton at the center of the room flashes blue, and out of its bones, a spectral figure emerges, accompanied by loud baying and barking. Before you floats the specter of a hound, shimmering with the same hue as the spirits you had previously encountered. It's not small by any means, but not particularly large either, with flopped ears and a long, rounded snout. Through the ghastly glow, you can see spotted markings on its fur that extend from its head all the way down to its narrow, long tail. It begins to start wagging furiously
As a dog owner, I cannot do this.
as it bounds through the air and begins to spin around the room, letting out ethereal barks of
Who's a good boy?
playful noise. Around its neck, you see a collar with a circular tag shaking and rattling as fast as the dog is moving.
I always wanted a dog, but my parents wouldn't let me have one. Yeah, I guess the whole living to be hundreds and hundreds of years old, they felt that it wasn't right to own a pet that wouldn't live that long.
I think we should name him Zero.
That's for
I'm
fun.
not-
He already has a
He
name.
does.
Name.
It was
Virgil.
mentioned. Somebody, they mentioned his name.
Oh,
I
right.
don't want to name him
Virgil,
after the guy
come
that
here,
killed
Virgil.
him.
Make an animal handling check.
Mew, I got you. I got you, Mew.
16?
16. As the dog is kind of just leaping around the room, just flying all around you, the specter. Like, Amira is dodging and says, okay, for some reason this is weirder than all the other stuff we've encountered, and she's dodging, and then he hears you beckoning it, and then immediately turns his head, and he goes, and then immediately goes up to you and just sits on the ground looking at you. And as it looks at you and sits firmly, you see that the circular tag around his collar starts to glow yellow.
Can I read anything on the tag?
I would say if you're going to lean down and do that, it's very easy to see that you look at it and you flip it around both times.
I didn't know if I could touch it or not. Like if it would just...
As you're kind of reaching down, you're able to see that it kind of hits that your hand gets very cold as soon as you reach forward. But you're able to see as it's glowing that it says Virgil on one side.
See, I told you, it's Virgil.
And you actually notice there's something on the back, kind of etched in kind of very sloppy handwriting. Huh. And it says secret.
Secret?
I wonder if he knows any tricks.
Are you sure that it's Virgil and not Ligriv? Because if you read it backwards, it says Ligriv.
Virgil, sit.
Make an animal handling check.
He's already sitting.
He is sitting.
Oh, damn it. Virgil. No, I say, Virgil, shake. And I put my hand out.
Make an animal handling check. I have a picture of kind of the gist of Virgil, if anyone wants to see that.
I got a 14.
A 14? There's a ghost dog from something that I'm picturing, like, I don't know what it is.
It looks at you and tilts his head.
Zero.
Well, either he doesn't know tricks or he only listens to Alphonse. Well, actually, no, he listened to... Maybe he doesn't know how to shake. That's fine. What do you think secrets mean? I did. I said, Virgil, shake.
Maybe he never let.
That's fine. I just wanted to try. But it is interesting. You shared the secrets thing on this, right?
I said secret?
Oh, okay.
What's the secret?
Alphonse's father mentioned something about the dog knowing all of... Virgil was the only one who knew all of his secrets. Apparently, Alphonse told the dog everything.
What size is this? What size is this dog?
Medium.
The medium.
Maybe
he's bigger than me.
Big old hound dog.
Oh, he's so cute.
It's kind of the gist.
I'm so sad he's dead.
Well, I was gonna try to talk to him, but he's too big for me to do that, so...
Huh.
Well, maybe he can... I don't know, like...
Virgil!
Show us the way.
Oh, no, I would say he's small. Sorry, he's a dog. He's not like a wolf or a black bear. Yeah, he's small.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, apologized.
Oh, so I'm going to use my gnome trait, speak with small beasts, and I'm going to try to communicate to him in dog. Alphonse. Virgil. Alphonse. And I'm essentially saying, hello, good
apey at the end there.
Excuse me, that is my hound voice, okay? And I'm essentially saying, like, hello, Virgil. We are trying to find your master, Alphonse. He really misses you, and he needs to feed you today. Can you lead us to him so we can help him? Find you?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh no!
Yeah, mine was bad.
This is. Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. Animal handling. 13.
13. He looks at you and he turns his head away, and you see the collar kind of jangling. It's glowing yellow, and then he just starts walking around.
Maybe we should just take his collar from him. Maybe we have to put it in a wall or something, and that unlocks the door.
Can you read the last bit that the father said?
Yes, I can do that, Rich. I know where he is. To get there, you must go where he took us, all of us, after the slaughter was complete. As I collapsed from my chair, I heard him calling out for his dog, the only thing he ever cared about, beyond his perverted quest for greatness. He told me on several occasions that only that hound knew his secrets, his fears, and his loves. He told them all only to Virgil, the mangy beast. I guess he was right. Come.
I want to inspect the triangle thing. Does it look like there's anything around it where it looks like the collar could fit?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
Investigate 22.
22. You look around and it's just a dusty wooden attic floor. It doesn't look like there's anything that would have to do that. And you realize that it's not a physical thing that you'd be able to take. It's part of, like how the other specters had clothing on them, but it was still spectral. This just seems to have a very strange, unique property that it's kind of glowing of this strange color.
Look at the knife. Look at the knife.
I look at it.
You look at it. It is a long, jagged, kind of rusty blade of this kind of dark material that seems to have kind of worn away in this time, and it seems to, you can see that there's the kind of the crusting, oxidizing blood remnants all along this thing.
I looked at it, Rodek.
Are there any clues?
Not that I saw. There's blood on it.
Was secret in all caps?
Yeah. It was scratched in.
It doesn't look like we can remove the collar from a spectral
No.
dog, does it? Okay.
No.
Well, just grab the dog and just put it in something.
I think we just go right through him.
Oh, I guess maybe. I don't really know how ghosts work.
I'm just gonna call him over again and say, Virgil, he's a good boy. Show us the secret. Where's the secret, boy?
He's gonna turn and make an animal handling check for me.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to sit in the corner and start taking a short rest.
Me too.
Okay.
What? Yo,
21.
yeah, hell yeah, me too.
21. So you also start taking a short rest.
Just in case. I'm sitting, I'm watching, I'm
And
observing.
Amira is kind of standing next to Annie and Lynn's like, I've always been terrible with animals, so I'm not very helpful. And I will say,
I use those goddamn potions.
I will say Virgil kind of trots up to you and tilts his head, and he kind of paws, and he paws at you.
Like, at my leg?
Paws in your general direction, kind of in your chest.
He does he's a ghost though, right? So
Yeah, he's a ghost. He's not actually,
Okay.
you don't feel it hitting you, but
he's trying to
pawing at you.
What is he trying to
As I'm sitting there looking at this, it sounds like you might be on to something. Maybe ask him some more questions regarding secrets. He's listening to you.
Is the secret in me?
Make an animal handling check.
20? No. 19. No, 20.
20. Okay. So as you do that, he kind of flies up and he's pawing at you and he's pawing at you and he's kind of sniffing in the air.
I have to use the restroom. Maybe he's trying to tell us that the secret is friendship and it's been within us all along.
Well, if I weren't in this dusty, bloody attic, I would maybe think that. That seems kind of lighthearted.
Wait. Are you still wearing your Rugarul necklace?
Yeah.
Maybe he's pawing at it. Does it have some sort of magical properties or something? Take it off and show it to him.
No! Don't take it off!
Well, maybe don't take it off, but maybe show it to him.
So I'm gonna lean down and just hold the amulet out and...
You do that and he just kind of turns his head. Doesn't seem to be interested.
He doesn't like it.
What about his collar said secret, but Alphonse's father mentioned secrets, fears, and loves. So maybe...
Maybe I have to tell him a secret.
What did he fear, and what did he love?
He feared death, obviously. He loved the dog.
Amira turns to you and says, What are you saying then?
I said maybe I have to tell him a secret.
That's not a bad idea.
Do you think he can understand? I guess he can understand you. I don't know.
Yeah! Dogs are so smart.
Smarter than
Perceptive,
wood
at
elves,
least.
for sure.
Yeah. I have a dog do my taxes.
What's a taxes?
You know. It's one elf thing, I guess. You don't have to pay taxes.
Just what else?
Something you have to pay? I have all of our
I just have
gold.
my accountant
Am
do
I
it.
supposed to be paying taxes? Uh-oh.
Well, go on. Go on.
I'm sorry I tried to get you killed and take your necklace off. I really wasn't
I
even
see
thinking.
what's going on here.
It was purely a mistake. I apologize.
It seemed intentional to me. Hello, Falcon. Welcome.
Hi, Falcon. Hey.
So what's the plan?
I'm gonna try and tell him a secret, because then maybe he'll tell us a secret.
Okay.
Because that seems fair.
Great.
Okay, so tell him one.
What was that look, Rodek?
That's what I'm going to do.
So
I'm eagerly awaiting.
I'll lean down and kind of like whisper. I'll lift up his big floppy dog ear and kind of whisper into it and say, once when I was really little, my dad had made this beautiful piece of jewelry and I loved it so much, and he was getting it ready, he was going to sell it, and I couldn't help myself, and I took it from his workshop, and he searched for it for months and months, and he never found it, and I never told him, and now he's gone, and I can never tell him that again, and I feel so guilty about it.
As you kind of lift up his ear and you're talking to him, his ears perk up. And he listens and listens. And as soon as you finish, he... Was it true?
Yeah.
As soon as he sniffs, and he leaps up into the air, and his spectral tongue starts to lick at you. As it passes through, you kind of feel the cold touch of a ghost as he starts barking happily, and his collar starts to glow yellow a little bit later.
Oh.
Check the text on the back to see if it's changed or if it still says secrets.
I'll take a look.
It still says secrets on it.
Oh, no.
Well, he liked that. Why don't you guys say something?
I don't have any secrets.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay, well, that makes you wrong. Vandris, do you have anything that you could tell it?
I guess. If I have to.
I think you should.
All right. But we all have to promise that this story never leaves this room.
You have my word.
Do we have to?
Have his word.
Fine.
All right.
Fine.
So, way back in the day when I lived in Gullhaven, when I was still just kind of a thief, not even really a bounty hunter at this point, I didn't really know anybody in Gullhaven. I didn't really have any friends, but I wanted to be somebody, and there was this really lovely girl, and so, well, to shorten the story, I put on appearances, and I tried to dress nice, and I asked her out on a date, and we went and had a lovely dinner, and then I scrounged together all the money that I could, and it was bad. I didn't have much of anything, but I was trying to put on this appearance so that this girl might pay attention to me, and we had a lovely dinner, and we were going to go for a walk through Gullhaven and enjoy the sunset and maybe stay up all night, and I had visions of watching the sunrise with her. Well, the dinner must not have sat with me very well, and I pooped my pants.
At dinner?
No. Hold on. No, not no.
Laughing about this?
No. Hold on, stop. I'm trying really hard. No, not at dinner. It was over the course of the evening. The dinner must have made me ill.
You kept it in your pants?
Well, initially. Listen, it was a small miracle that this woman even paid any attention to me, and I panicked. And I ran away.
It seems wholly inappropriate for this situation.
And I ran away.
Can you use context clues to pick a different secret?
I ran away. I didn't know what else to do.
With shade in your pants.
I never saw her again. It's one of my most embarrassing moments.
Oh my god.
I haven't told anyone that.
But I'm sure she's told a lot of people.
Well, I'm hoping I got away. I'm hoping I got away fast enough before she realized what was actually happening. I've come a very long way, guys. Listen, it was rough for a few years then, okay? I was living, I was a common criminal. It was awful.
Yeah, well, that kind of thing would make me lead a life of crime, too.
Well, the crime was before and after, but that's neither here nor there. I'd appreciate it if we could all just be a little bit more candid about this.
I'm telling Forgus as soon as we...
No, don't tell Forgus.
No,
well, to be fair, that's all I got.
Yeah, it's fine. And so immediately, Virgil starts sniffing, and he just looks at this horrible look of disgust in his face. Is it true?
Yes, it's true.
And he's like...
Cannon.
I kind of awkwardly kind of laughs at your face, and it glows brighter.
Look, guys, when you've been around for almost 120 years, a lot of things happen to you, and every once in a while, you might poop yourself. That's something they won't tell you in adventurer school.
Okay.
I've never pooped myself.
I don't even believe that. Get her, Virgil!
He's a good boy, Virgil.
He just tilts his head.
Rodak, it's your turn.
No, why don't you go?
I don't have any secrets.
We might be here for a very long time if you can't think of one.
It's not that I can't think of one. I don't have any. I told one of my secrets to that weird Orpheus store when he was talking to us and monologuing. Do you remember?
Well, were we all there for that?
Yeah.
Or maybe one of those secrets will do.
Well, they're not
Just because it's not
anymore. Secrets are words other people know. Secrets are words people don't know. Like that was a secret word. Because nobody knew it existed until just now.
Well, you got me there. It seems we've reached an impasse then.
Well, it said, tell them secrets, fears, and loves.
Oh, don't tell me I had another option.
No, because it just says
His
secret.
tag says secret.
That's right. But
I think you're getting a little too meta, Rodak.
maybe mine covers a few.
Oh no, it's gonna get sappy, isn't it? Go on. That was a good impression, right?
Okay.
So, Virgil.
No.
Good boy. Good boy.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a wee lad, not a wee lad, but when I was a younger lad, growing up in Heimdar, training to be a soldier, fighting in the war, things were bad. I've seen countless people die, ripped apart, crushed, destroyed, utterly destroyed. And eventually, I met a woman who made all of that grimness and darkness go away. She started to be cold and standoffish a little bit, and I think that made me want to try a little harder. And eventually, she opened up. And when she did, she told me her secret. And that secret was that she worshipped a god that I had only heard whispers about. To worship this god was illegal, highly illegal, and punishable by death. And she did it anyway. And there was a whole group of people that did it anyway. So I was curious, and this woman that I was infatuated with, she wanted to introduce me to these people. And so she did. And I got to know these people, and I got to know her, and I grew to love her. And one day, I decided or I was scared. And I realized I was playing with my own life, and my duty and my honor and my duty to my clan, it seemed silly to throw it away for one woman. So I had to, I wasn't next in line to lead my clan, but my uncle, he looked upon me over my cousin he felt that I was more capable, and I felt this responsibility that to give the Stonehearts a good name, it fell on my shoulders. So I left. I left this group, and I still tried to see her, but not long after that, they discovered this secret group. And in the middle of the night, I heard that they dragged them all away. And I never saw her again. And to this day, I don't know what horrible terrors befell her, but I still think about it every day.
I'm really sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's all right.
My God, it's rude. Amira, because her eyes are vacant. You can even see if they're pupilless. As that happens, Virgil and whimpers a little bit and gives you a few licks on your cheek, and it glows a bit more. And Amira sits there and her eyes glaze over. She looks at you, Avantris. She says, "You can't repeat this." I'm the reason Hissy died.
What?
I only joined your stupid band to get information on Hissy.
What do you mean?
I was broke. I needed money. Someone came and said, "Hey, there's a cleric who's pretty good. All we need to know is some information. All we need to know is some information about this cleric of Saluna and how good she is and what she does." And I needed cash. I needed gold. I was starving. I was good with the sword, so you guys let me in. I ran information, and then she was so sweet, and she didn't think I was a monster like everybody else did, from like my family. She was the only one who looked at me like the way I looked at myself. And I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore, and they said they had all they needed. I didn't know what that meant. Now I do. Now I do. It's my fault.
No, it's their fault.
How long did that go on for?
Only went on for 2 months. The rest was real. You guys are okay.
I want to be angry. I do. But I've known you for so long, and...
I fucked up, Vandris. I'm a fuck-up.
Listen.
I'm more of a fuck-up than Taiki.
I look back at that band of people that we had, and we were all fuck-ups, right? I think that's why we got along so well. With the conversations that you and I've had, I don't doubt for a second that our friendship is real. Nobody else would be as mean to me as you are if we weren't friends. So again, as much as I want to be angry with you, we can't change what we can't change, right? It's happened. It's over. All we can do now is seek retribution.
And that's all I'm here to do. You see Virgil go up and sniff and gives her some licks, and glows brightly. And Amira turns to you and she smiles a little bit, and there's the tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry. I'm a lot better of a liar than any of you guys thought. I wish I wasn't. I am a devil, I guess, right? Everybody was right.
Stop. I appreciate your apology. I just wish you'd said something sooner.
I couldn't. And see the look in Seamus's face and Forgus and even fucking Taiki.
You couldn't have known.
I didn't.
You couldn't have known.
No one could have.
And we're going to make it right.
You're gonna get the chance to set her free.
I hope so. I really do.
Is the dog still?
Dog's still sniffing around.
Well, I guess that didn't work.
You have to know. some secret. Nobody tells everybody everything.
That's true.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not just a nobody.
You're a gnome.
Sylvie Flickerwicket. And I'm a nobody. Okay, Virgil, come here. Just nobody else listen. This isn't for your ears.
I'll turn away completely.
Hi, Poochie Doochie. You're cute. Okay. You had a shitty You had a shitty accident on the floor at one point in your puppy life, I'm sure.
Tilts his head.
Well,
Happens to the best of us. I don't know what to say.
I also had a shitty life. And when I was growing up, my family used to say, Sylvie, you're stupid. Sylvie, you're dumb. Sylvie, you're weird. And you like things that aren't normal. And Sylvie, you're not like the rest of us. And I would go out into the swamp and I would say, I don't care because I think I'm cool. And I like those will-o'-the-wisps. And I like that weird green flower over there. And I like that weird rabbit thing that's got that one droopy ear, and even though everybody else said no, it's a weird rabbit, don't bring that rabbit home, I always liked it because that rabbit was like me. And so every day I would go out and I would say, well, I'm Sylvie Flickerwicket and I'm awesome. But every night when I go to sleep, I hear in my head, Sylvie, you're weird. Sylvie, you're stupid. And sometimes I think that it's true.
You're not stupid. You're the smartest one. You're smarter than Vandris.
Gotta give her that.
Smarter than Rodek.
Maybe.
And there's nothing wrong with being weird. We're all weird. In our own way.
Being weird has saved us a ton of times.
That's true.
Maybe.
Be proud of it. Embrace it.
I try.
It's you. It's what makes Sylvie Sylvie.
But I could say that about all of your things. And that's why they're secrets, because we don't tell them, because we have to be strong. Vandris couldn't be Van Dreamy if he hadn't taken that weird poop episode. I can't. I'm sorry, Vandris. It's so funny.
See, everyone laughed at my story. But that's fine.
But no, you couldn't have become Van Dreamy if you hadn't taken that and said, I'm never going to poop myself on a date ever again.
It was a learning moment, exactly.
Yeah.
I still chose not to tell anyone about it until now, and I'm kind of regretting even that, but...
And Rodek, you wouldn't be so strong, and you wouldn't be you and hardy, and you wouldn't take care of us the way that you do if you hadn't dealt with something so dark. And Annulin, I don't honestly remember what yours was.
Fair enough.
Well,
She stole her father's jewelry.
oh yeah, that was really bad. But if you hadn't done that, then maybe he would have been happier. Anyway.
Can we get a group hug? And Amira stands up. And
I just want to reiterate, since that incident, I've never pooped my pants again. I mean that. You can ask Virgil. That's the truth. He'll know.
She looks at you. Okay,
All right, lad.
okay, poop pants.
Oh my god! Is that why you didn't want me to make you a poople dress?
I didn't know that thought had crossed your... No, it's disgusting. Like my story. Well, the
I
whole...
thought you said it was okay to be weird.
No, it is. It is okay to be weird. It's fantastic to be weird. Again, look at Annulin. We deal with her.
You think Annulin's weird?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She's really beautiful.
Oh,
Yes,
Beautiful things can be weird.
of course.
that's the first nice thing anybody said to me.
Think about
Like me.
think about the Feywild. How beautiful and weird that place is.
Yeah, that's true.
You've said on many occasions, I believe the direct quote was terrifyingly beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It's a perfect example.
Yeah, I bet fey creatures make poop dolls.
I would say that that's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
Virgil kind of is looking at this. He's kind of, his eyes are going back, you know, like your dog is like confused. And then he kind of floats up to you and gives you some licks on your cheek.
I lick him right back.
And as soon as he lets out a bark. and floats over to the far wall of the attic. Sits down, floats down to the ground on his haunches, scratches at the wall, and whines. After several moments, you see a portion of the wall glow and slide into the surrounding wall before sliding over to the side. As the secret door locks into place, you see behind it the top of an incredibly narrow staircase going down deep into the house.
If Alfonso's dad brought us to the basement, or brought us to the attic to find a secret door that takes us all the way down to the basement, I'm gonna say that's kind of bullshit. But we should take the stairs anyway.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
And whoever designed this house, he's probably dead now, but they should fire him.
Take it up with
Philip.
management. Yeah, we can take it up with him maybe. His ghost might still be around.
I'm never cleaning that foyer ever again.
That's fair.
How long would that have been?
I would say that was you guys get a short rest.
All of us? Yeah.
Everybody gets a short rest.
I'm gonna use the hit die and top
how
off.
about that hot and sexy doll?
Here?
That hot and sexy doll have anything interesting about it?
Oh, this is the coolest fucking... I haven't even read the coolest fucking name ever, okay? This is actually the most RP, the coolest
that the knife?
fucking name ever.
I need the knife
No, this
too.
is the belt.
The knife is not magical.
Oh, it's not
And the
magical.
crossbow's not magical either.
So can I
I would
just...
say you wave the wand after Virgil's out, and
The name.
do you want to read the items, I guess, while
Yeah.
we look over them?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So mine is Edward's Final Chapter, which I think is just the most badass fucking name ever. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. You can use a bonus action to speak this magic rapier's command word, causing blue flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. While the rapier is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any targeted hits. The flames last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword. Holy fucking dick balls, am I erect.
Oh.
Wow.
Dick balls.
That's your item's name, Dick Balls?
Obviously.
It's pretty RP too.
Would you like to read yours first before I haven't fully read Dick Ball's description? So.
Okay. So I have the belt with the boar head, Philip's Parting Triumph. While wearing this belt, your walking speed becomes 30 feet if it is not already. While you wear this belt, you can use a bonus action and press the belt's buckle. If you do, the belt doubles your walking speed. If you click your heels again, you end the effort. If you press it again, you end the effect. While the belt's active property has been used for a total of 10 minutes, the magic ceases to function until you finish a long rest.
So you can literally be like Speedy the Dwarf.
Yeah, I can actually get across the room and get a hit on King Crown. Holy shit, that's amazing.
Cora's shriveled ballsack. That's not actually what it's called.
Jesus.
Cora.
Not Dora.
It's Cora.
Yeah,
I just
that's what
picked
I
a
said.
name.
Cora.
Oh, my fault.
It's Flora's dying embrace. While this doll is on your person, you have a +1 bonus to your armor class. The doll has 10 charges, which are used to fuel the spells within it. With the doll in hand, you can use your action to cast Mage Armor, 1 charge, or bonus action to cast Shield, 2 charges.
Shit.
No components are required. The doll gains 1d6 + 4 expended charges each day at dawn. If you expend the doll's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the doll crumbles and is destroyed.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
Dumb
Nice.
question. Whatever happened to the pearl necklace?
Sylvie has it in her, just tucked in her bag.
Mm-hmm.
You have the card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to read that while we have?
If I can find where I put there it is. That is Amelia's Last Waltz. It requires attunement. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects while you wear this cloak.
Dang.
Necklace. I fucked that up.
Necklace.
Okay. So, as the secret door slides over, as opposed to the previous encounters that you had, Virgil seems to just stand there. He starts to lifts up off the ground and he floats, and he kind of looks back at you, and he kind of is like looking expectantly, at the stairwell.
Is this like a different item I can put into D&D Beyond, or is it just a different thing?
It is the Staff of Protection, reflavored. I mean, all of them kind of have changes, so...
Yeah, I can alter it in D&D Beyond.
I think I can use this.
Yeah, are we good to like...
I feel nimble. And I do some squats.
If you guys want to attune to these items now, I think that'd be fine.
Wait, hold on. It's attunement. Jeez.
Oh, does the hour we spent with it identifying...
I would say that's fine. I would say for this purpose, I would allow that.
Right.
I would allow that.
Yes, I would like that to be the case.
I don't know what to drop right now. My weapon is attunement.
What is the magic what is the rapier's magic word?
You decide.
Oh, I get to decide? I'll have to come up with something cool.
Anyway, taking a quick
yes, I'm going
magic item break.
Yes, and I need to do so I'm gonna stow that.
Yeah, I don't know how to alter items in D&D, so I'm gonna worry about that after the stream. As long as I got it here, I'll be fine.
Yeah, same. Okay, and I'm gonna use a shit ton of hit dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
We're
actually
just taking a quick
I shouldn't have
rest.
used the damn potions because I have hit die. Oh well.
So this is all fucked. So this is actually me using it. So I know I had at least 4 left. So I'm just gonna use them all.
ZZ Top is my favorite band, starring Will Smith.
I'll have to add it later. I don't think it's gonna let me add enough things.
Yeah, it's gonna be enough right there.
I need that feedback.
Okay.
There we go. Jesus.
So what are you doing with this necklace?
Whoever wants it can take it.
The necklace?
You have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects while you wear the cloak.
Well, you already have
it's
it.
a necklace.
You literally have that as a gnome already.
Yeah, certain things.
All right.
3 things. It's charisma, wisdom, and...
How many attuned items do you have, Gels?
3.
Oh.
1, 2.
So this is gonna be my third then, because we said that Venom Spine didn't require attunement.
Correct. So it does.
This
So this'll
doesn't
be
say
my third.
attunement on it like the others. Is
Correct.
this attunement?
It is not.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Okay. So, with that, what are you guys doing?
Does anyone else want to take the? Are you? Do you?
I can't. I'm full attuned.
And you can't use it either. You don't have an item that might be better. That might be better than.
I don't think so.
Okay, just figured I'd ask out of character before.
So, the only thing I could switch it out for the periaptive wound closure.
What the hell does that even do?
But
That's
that
a
keeps
item.
me from dying.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's you stabilize when you're dying at the start of your turn. In
So she
addition,
goes unconscious on the start of her turn.
It doubles my
she
hit die
stabilizes.
as well.
Okay.
Which I didn't know until just now.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So,
All right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is better or not. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I would say for thinking about coming up against a vampire, it might be good to take that because he probably has a lot of spell effects.
You know what this was based off of?
It's kind of.
Flame Tongue.
Oh, cool.
I can always switch it out later. If I
And
want.
then I'll make adjustments after the
All
stream.
right, I'm gonna put on the. Is this a cloak or a necklace?
It's a necklace.
Okay.
Oh,
Apologies.
Flame Tongue Rapier.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so
And what is this actually in the game?
that is what is that? That is the mantle of spell protection or spell resistance mantle, spell resistance. I can look it up, but you have advantage. I'm also added magical effects to that business, so it's not just spells. So like all of the hexes and all of that stuff from like Guru, for instance, would count. Okay, so you all are standing at the top of this. Of these stairs descending downward. What are you doing?
Well, as always, I guess I don't mind leading the way. And what do you guys think? We good to go?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, just like his dad says, y'all motherfuckers better do this tonight. So.
I think those were his exact words.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll lead the way. I'll let you guys in on a little secret.
Another one?
Well, yeah, but this one's a pro tip, more of a Avantris pro tip. you don't get to the point of being never scared until you see yourselves, really at the bottom, and there's really nowhere else to go when you hit rock bottom. So that's why I told you the story about me pooping my pants. That was a changing point that day. That's all I want to say. It's partially about who I am today. That's all I want to say.
Glad there's a moral to the story. That makes it...
You got to hit rock bottom before you
can...
And really look yourself in the eye before you start to make a change and turn yourself around.
We weren't trying to upstage you as Rodek inspired me to get that off. That's been weighing on me for years.
No, it's not an upstaging moment. It's just something we can all take away.
Well, and I think it's great because you kind of set the tone to make sure that the rest of us realize that at least our rock bottoms aren't shitting our pants on a date, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the greatest gift that you can ever give to your friends is to let them know that you are significantly worse than they are.
Hey, first step to improvement.
That's what I've been telling him for years.
Admitting and being able to look inward and really, reflect.
Okay. Before we do this, can I talk to you?
Yeah, what's up?
Like, away from...
It's a small room.
Well, we'll give you privacy. We'll give you privacy, and I'll step back to the far corner.
The opposite corner.
She goes over and crouches down. Crouches.
Look, I think that you're gonna do stupid things in there. Because I think that your heart is very big. Your heart's big like mine is. And Hissy meant a lot to you. More than you ever thought that she could. And I think, and I could be wrong, I didn't know her, but I think she wants you to find happiness. Even if she knew what you did, she loved you and she'd want you to find happiness. She would want you to have a life. She would not want you to throw it away and give it up because you're trying to make up for a stupid mistake. She seems like a good, kind person.
She was.
And I think you need to think about that. Avantris loves you. He's lost too many friends to lose you now. And I never told you about her, but there was someone from our past that I loved very much that was ripped from me, and I had no control over it. And if I lost you, that would break my heart. You're part of us now. Even if after this we go our separate ways, that's fine as long as I know that you're dangling from somewhere looking hot as fuck, slicing up snakes. Because through your heart, Hissy lives on. Every day. And if you do something stupid, she's extinguished from this world. And so are you. Then you have to live on in me, and that's not fair.
It's not a horrible place to live on, man.
Yeah, I know, but it would be better to live on in it physically. Well, that sounded quite a bit more differentist than I expected it would sound.
I get the gist.
But I will promise you years of slumber parties and snuggles if you try to keep your cool.
Persuasion check at advantage, please.
I think it's a lot.
I hope it's a lot.
27.
As you say this, you're starting to get the sense that there's a softness to Amira's face that's coming over her. And as you say all of that, she kind of grabs her locket out of her shirt and pulls it and just kind of holds it. And she looks at you with a bit more resolution than you had seen in this entire adventure into the mansion. And she nods and says, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to survive this. I think you're right. She wouldn't want me dying like a martyr.
No.
She wouldn't. As long as we kill that son of a bitch.
We will.
Thank you, Sylvie.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And she's going to immediately kind of scoop you up into a huge hug and hug you tightly.
You're just going to snuggle into her.
We've got this, the bitch that floats. You and me. For Hissy, okay?
Okay. She puts you down. Says, okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are you guys ready?
Was born ready.
Ready.
Let's go.
And side note, completely out of character, I was thinking about one of our emotes because I saw someone do the hey nerds or whatever.
Yeah.
We need one that says never scared.
So
when we go into shit like this, people can flash never scared.
I concur. Vandris concurs.
Vandris concurs.
Oh, also, you can rename the weapon, so the weapon is now named Edward's Final Chapter.
Yes.
A poopsie, yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, me neither.
D&D Beyond.
Rodek just showed me.
I couldn't find Staff of Protection.
It's in a module, so you may have to do a
So I
custom.
probably don't
Yeah,
have it.
sorry about that.
Huh?
There's none in here.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
So,
I lead the way.
okay. So you make your way down the creaking, groaning staircase, each step feeling more precarious than the last, as you begin to realize that this was likely a makeshift and improvised passage, bored into the house long ago. You descend past what you feel would be the top floor, then the ground floor. When you feel the moisture in the air increases, you go deeper and deeper, until you see a dark landing with a closed door in front of it.
Is there a handle on the door?
There is. Virgil is with you, and he taps it, and the handle opens, and the door creaks open.
I look at him and I say, good boy, Virgil. And I step forward.
As you open the door, light hits you, and the sound of bubbling, hissing, and humming surrounds you as you enter what seems to be a stone cellar, but with pristine tables absolutely covered in flasks of brightly colored liquids, cataloged reagents packed and hung from every spare space, with stools at each workplace, lanterns with magical alchemical light, giving perfect working conditions. This is truly an alchemy lab. The extent of its greatness makes the mess of the bedroom look like child's play. As you look up ahead, you see, I will expose business.
Baby.
Expose
Bum, bum,
business.
bum, bum, there might be a penis.
I sure
Who
hope
can
there
find it?
is.
Hi.
Bang.
Well, it's a catheter bag. But I
God
don't
damn
think,
it.
I don't think I've seen a penis yet.
God damn it. I can't help myself. Allegedly.
Dang, this is pretty tight.
So, you see 4 large oblong stone pillars rising up, and around these are workbenches, perfectly polished and pristine. You see sticks of red glittering candles next to signet rings with the serpent eating its own tail. The crest. Large spaces with brilliant quills and inks of all varieties. And as you enter the room, you see straight ahead, however, there's this room ends, large stone walls and doors, 3 pillars on either side, and massive double wooden doors with the symbol of the eye and the 7 stars and a moon etched into this door is the symbol of Saluna. The door is closed as you are looking at an enormous, pristine alchemy lab.
Should we go in?
So this is where it went during the day.
I'm sure there's going to be some sort of catch in opening this door.
This door?
Yep,
Yes.
that's the door. Virgil just kind of trots through the air in and sniffs around.
I'm going to do the quick scan around. Would you like to join me?
Certainly.
Investigation check.
Ooh, I got a 28.
15.
Ooh.
You look around together, and as you're looking through, you see you look around, you see all sorts of potions and reagents. They all seem very fragile, all strange phials and flasks. However, something strange catches your eye. Towards the back of the lab, there's a table with nothing on it. And for the map, it's not.
Okay.
A table with nothing on it, save for 5 large flasks that are smoking, very slightly. As you turn around the corner, you see that there is flesh inside.
No.
Ew.
Okay.
In each of the 5
bits of armor. It seems to be a figure. And you look closer, and you look closer, and what that figure is wearing, that tiny little figure is wearing, looks familiar.
No.
And you look in and you see a tiny humanoid in this flask, almost bottled up. And you see kind of this darker blonde hair, nearly brown, pointy ears, a cloak, rapier at its side. Vander, you see a tiny version of yourself moving around, looking around in a flask. Beside him, you see Rodek, Sylvie, Annulin,
What the fuck?
and Amira.
I immediately run. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. I was saying, I just immediately run over and I get really, really close to the flask and I say, "By gods, I think that's me."
What?
Don't touch anything. Are they alive? Their eyes open?
You see...
Or are they floating in liquid?
You see that this Avantris is floating in this pool of viscous clear liquid.
Does he look unconscious?
And you see him looking around, his eyes blinking.
This thing is alive, and it looks like a tiny miniature version of me.
And as you're staring into it, Avantris, the tiny little figure turns its head, and you lock eyes with this tiny creation of yourself. And all of a sudden, its eyes go wide with fear, as it looks like Vander would shriek out into agony. And suddenly, you see rips and tears and bites as his armor is torn to shreds and his flesh is rended. And finally, you see massive fangs sink into his neck and tear out his throat. And you see before you, floating in the flask, the ruined, torn apart remnants as if by some large creature.
Oh my god, he's been ripped to shreds!
What the hell is this?
What's going on?
I want to walk up and look at mine.
You look at yours, and you see a floating Rodek, and you see your cloak billowing, and your beard is kind of floating in this liquid. And then eventually his eyes are looking around, and it makes eye contact with you. And suddenly, his eyes go wide with horror, and wider and wider and wider, as black tendrils start to kind of this horrible cursed substance appears all around his mouth and his eyes as his eyeballs sink in, and you let out what would be a horrific scream if it wasn't in liquid, and your body shrivels and withers, and you are left with a look of pure terror, your fingers digging into your skull, and your tiny version is dead.
Meta, I won't ask in character. Would that be reminiscent of the pose that we saw the guy in the Kedge?
Intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. I mean, did I witness?
Yes, you're right next.
Oh, okay. All right. Just straight in?
Yep.
Sorry.
Cards are so fucking cool.
No.
Fuck. I got an 11.
Advantage.
Oh, sorry. 17.
That seems to be very similar.
Son of a bitch.
Do you mention that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would just be like, we've seen this.
You're right. Why me?
I don't know.
Do you come up? Are you guys all there?
Amira will walk up to you
Okay.
and look at you.
Fuck.
And she says, "Is that?" And she makes eye contact. You see a tiny little rust-colored skinned tiefling. And the eyes, once again, wide with fear, as it almost looks like this figure is blasted back to the side of the flask, and the flask almost rattles around as she's blasted again side, and then you see a blast and an arm flies off And then another limb, and then the head smacks against the flask, and the eyes roll back. And
Is it like magic blast?
It's hard to tell.
I don't want to look.
Then don't.
Is this how we're gonna die? What is this?
You guys are stupid.
It's probably just a threat.
He's psyching us out. So when I sat down with him at dinner, I guess I never really talked to you guys about it. I went in and he just left the body of a girl that he had been drinking right there next to me. And he thought it would scare me. And I think that based on all the things I've heard from his family, that was his tactic. Scare them, make them uncomfortable, get an upper hand on them. Well, wherever you are, Alphonse, it's not going to work on me. I don't care what you show me in that stupid flask. I'm not scared of you, and you will die here today. I'm not worried for you. You won't go out that way.
I believe
you. Too sneaky in the shadows.
Thank you.
We would never let that happen to you. I make fun of you all the time, but we love you. That will never happen. Do you understand me, Rodak? And whatever is in there, Anulin, even if you were the stupidest elf that has ever been, and you're not very cool, and you're not talented, you just happen to hit things with a bow, and you kind of don't even belong with us. You do belong with us.
Holy fuck.
And because of that, we will make sure you're okay.
I'm sorry.
It's heavy.
Oh,
That's
the only
heavy,
thing you
so-
missed was the description of the door is a big stone heavy door with a image of crest of Saluna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So somehow, and then I rolled to investigate the room, and these flasks caught my eye, and I walked up, and I saw this, and that's where it just kind of unfolded. So it wasn't like I was purposely investigating this thing; it just caught my eye.
Awesome, thanks.
And saw it.
So with that, Anulin, but you are also the
I'm not gonna look
prettiest.
at it.
You're the prettiest.
I'm not gonna look at it.
Would you like me to watch it? And then tell you in graphic detail what happens?
Well, I might as well just watch it then.
Okay,
I
then
guess-
go ahead.
And I push her forward.
Okay, are you gonna look at it? You see
Yes.
the form of Anulin. It is you, as you're currently dressed,
So are we.
floating, and your eyes make contact, and your own eyes go wide with fear in the flask.
I grab
as
her
all
hand.
of a sudden, within this liquid, you see flames erupt
that's
all
not good.
around as you see your skin just completely ignite in this horrific orange flame, and your skin is charred black as coal as your hair is burned off, and you are nothing more than just a piece of charcoal in this flask.
I guess what I'm most confused about with all of this is if it's some sort of just illusion in a bottle, or if he's like created tiny creatures. I mean, it looks so real. I don't know anything about magic, really, but it must just be an illusion of some sort, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and look at mine.
Okay. You
Okay,
look at
guys.
yours.
Get around me, hold my hands.
You look
I'll grab Sylvie's hand.
at
Thanks,
yours.
Rodak.
I'll
Thanks,
grab her
Anulin.
fourth hand.
And you see a tiny little Sylvie, smaller than all the rest.
Well, you're fucking cute, aren't you, little bottle Sylvie?
And
You get murdered. Go ahead.
Jesus.
And she looks at you, and there's no fear there. The eyes go wide, and they go pink, and this just dumb grin appears. And you extend your arms, and two slits along your wrist appear, and blood drips and drips and fills and fills and fills and fills until the entire flask is nothing but blood and red, and you can't even see into it anymore.
Well, little Sylvie, that was very dark. And if I weren't so determined to exact vengeance for Amira and for everybody Alphonse has killed, that would scare the ever-living shit out of me. But I have to be strong. All of you have to be strong, okay?
Of course.
This is
Oh, thank you for the sub!
Hey, Thunderstorm!
gift. Mew, thank
Mew,
you
you
so
are
much.
Hey, Mew, thanks for the gift.
And welcome to the family's Thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Show us your hooters,
Show us
Thunderstorm.
them hooters.
Welcome to the Avantris fam.
Shoots.
The hooters. This has got to be a trick, right?
Of course, it's
exactly make little versions of us, right?
It's exactly like Sylvie said. This is just to throw us off our game.
So is it still is little charred me floating in the bottle?
Yep. I want to pick up my flask.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing. I want to dump it on the table.
Pick up your flask and you dump it out, and this thick liquid just spills out onto the table, and you just see bits and pieces of charred remains spill out onto this table.
I'm gonna pick up a little piece of it and see if I can tell that if it's a natural material.
Make a nature check. Or medicine, I guess.
21.
21. That you start to feel, and it seems to be like flesh.
He killed little us's.
I'm going to let little Vandris just rest in peace there, and change my fate today by murdering that son of a bitch.
May you rest in peace, weird little bloody Sylvie.
How could he have done this?
Well, with the Chalice of Agony. Remember, we heard that it allowed you the ability to be a master alchemist.
Magic, exactly. It has to be some sort of alchemy or magic.
To imitate a natural material like that, it could even do that?
I mean, I guess so. I don't really... 999,600 minutes. 999,600 souls. I'm still a shitty bard, and we all know.
No, your voice you're getting better. That was incredible.
Practicing.
I thought that was lovely.
Thank you. But anyway, my point was this, that Alphonse was quite literally the most shittiest human. He was so bad, he would have shit twice in his pants on a date, not just once. And
you gotta promise me when we leave this mansion, we don't talk about this anymore.
Well, actually...
You all promised.
No, you asked me that, and my response was, he promised, in reference to Rodek, and then you looked away and told the story. But I digress. So... He was a terrible alchemist. Even his nanny said so. This is the best he's ever gonna do, and we're gonna rip that cup out of his cold, dead hands. And he's gonna go back to being a shit twice on a date kind of guy.
Amira kind of looks at everything, and her eyes widen a little bit and says, I heard about something like this. Have you guys heard of a homunculus?
No.
Would any of us have ever heard of that?
I would say you probably wouldn't.
Okay. No?
Alchemists a lot of magic users can create a homunculus, which is a little creepy bat thing, and it just does your bidding and spies for you, but a true homunculus is a tiny humanoid person. That size. And it's incredible alchemy, only the greatest alchemists of legend. It was something I learned about from a friend of mine when I was in my bard college, and I didn't believe him. Jesus Christ.
When would he have done this?
How? Did he take some part of us we didn't realize?
At the end of the day, Sylvie is still correct. This guy's a hack. The only reason he's able to do any of this is because he stole some cup from...
He doesn't have any talent.
Correct.
What's the floor like?
The floor stone.
I'm not leaving this here. And I throw the flask down. Hopefully it shatters.
It shatters immediately, and the liquid spills out, and little horrified dead Rodek.
Oh, God.
Wherever it lands, I'm just going to throw a little bit of oil, some kindling, and use my lighter to
it lights right up.
Well, I guess... God, I hate to do this, but I think you're right, and I'm gonna break the flask.
It does. You see torn apart Vandris and his
I'll throw a little
pieces.
more kindling on it, or the little twigs or whatever we have, and just to keep the fire going for anyone else who would like to join me.
I kick my little Vandris homunculus pieces over into the fire with my foot. And I'm like, oh God, this is disgusting. What kind of sick...
And Amira smashes it and does the same.
I'll just blow the dust.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you strange little suicidal Sylvie, goodbye.
And I'll dump her out onto the fire.
You see Sylvie break, and the blood filters out. And as she rolls off into the fire, you see that the look of her eyes, cleared from the blood, is different. Her pupils are now red. Her teeth now are into fangs. Shit. And as she hits the flame, you realize that she's still going. And she lights up and burns.
Well, I don't know if that was Alphonse trying to say, oh, I'm going to turn you into a Dracula, but joke's on you. Wouldn't it suck to make me a Dracula and then I'm better at it than you are? Anyway,
let's get through that door.
Let's go.
Let's get through that door.
As you all turn, you see Virgil looking at this pyre of burning homunculi, and you see that his color, which had glowed yellow and was blue, is now kind of glowing with a strange black energy.
Anyone, look at it. What does it say?
I'm gonna lean down and, you okay, Virgil? And take a look at his tag.
You lean down and it says Virgil on one side, and you look on the other side, and etched in is the word fear.
Oh no, we have to do this shit again. Who wants to start?
I mean, I think we were all just... I know I was just shown my fear.
Death?
Burning alive.
Oh.
I've seen it happen to my family, my father. I don't want it to happen to me.
Poor things.
Sniffs. Licks you. Gives you some comforting licks. It's
little.
cold, but it's somewhat comforting, and the black energy, kind of this black light, grows brighter. Amira crouches down. Dying, thinking I'm as much of a piece of shit that my parents thought I was. And licks Amira's cheek, and it lights up brighter.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Well, you just cleared your throat as if you were going to speak.
Oh, no, I cleared my throat because I accidentally swallowed some of my spittle, and it tickled inside of there.
Well...
Which is also not my greatest fear.
Virgil, I'll give you another pat. I fear that everything I've been doing will all be for naught, and as we speak, frost giants and who knows what else are slaughtering the entirety of my people back home. Everyone I've ever known, everything I spent nearly all of my life to protect, could be dead at this second. And I'm horrified.
It lights brighter.
Would you like me to go first, Vandris?
Well, you're gonna have to, because I'm literally never scared.
We can't play that game this time.
Oh, that's not a game. But please,
Vandris,
go ahead.
Come on.
Just, it's fine.
Sylvie.
After you, I insist.
Go ahead.
Nothing will ever be more terrifying than the hand of my father. And all of the emotional and physical scars he's left on me over the course of my life. And the fear that no matter how strong I get, or capable, or secure in myself, that he will always haunt me like a wraith.
And you feel a larger hand kind of grab your arm and Amira's, and she gives you a squeeze.
This is why we're meant to be with each other, you know.
We're friends.
Daddy issues. Oh, yeah, and friends.
Daddy issues, yeah. A lot of people.
I'll introduce you to another one with daddy issues. He's pretty cool.
I guess it builds character. And
yeah.
She kind of squeezes your shoulder, and meanwhile, on your other side, Virgil's licking your cheek as his collar grows brighter.
All right, fine. I know I always say that I'm never scared, but obviously That's ridiculous. Who goes around saying that all the time? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But before I say anything else, I just want to say that bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is facing your fears. And with that, I say that Avantris' greatest fear is death. I worry every single day that I'll die without having seen or done the things that I still want to do. I fear everything that I've ever known and all of the friends and people that I've grown to love will cease to exist when I stop existing. So, the only way to prove that I'm brave is every single day is face fear. Prove that I'm better than death. Because every single time the four of us have come up against something that we thought might kill us, we've prevailed. And I've proved that I'm better than death. And I won't die yet. So death is my biggest fear. But as long as I keep rushing into battle and helping those that I love, I know that I can face it. With a brave face.
With that, sniffs and licks, and it glows brightly, and Virgil floats up into the air and paws forward and sits in front of the door of this strange door, and he whines, paws at it. Several moments later, glows blue, and with a loud creak, you are met with what seems to be, you can get rid of the rest of it.
Oh boy.
After his spectral paw meets it. Ah, here we go.
The music.
You're met with seems to be small chapel with rows of pews in view of an altar. On either side of the door are two tall stone basins that are filled with a thick, viscous red substance. Up ahead, you see the effigy on the altar of a full moon, but is absolutely covered in the same crimson liquid.
I want to lean towards the basin that's closest to my right and just kind of like smell it.
Make an investigation check.
Shouldn't have this memorized by now. 21.
It's blood.
Okay. Yes, it's full of blood.
Why can't he drink this? Why does he need to kill someone new every night?
Could just be their blood. It could be the people he's harvesting.
Alphonse, are you here?
You wait. Your voice echoes through the chapel, but it is deathly still and deathly quiet.
Let's move closer, but together and slowly. Keep your wits about you, always. We'll slowly approach the altar if everyone is
Would I have any,
agreeable.
or would any of us have any, maybe Sylvie is the best one to ask about this, knowledge of kind of customs in a chapel of Seluna? Or in a
Make a religion check at disadvantage.
Not a chapel.
Also, just to double check, who has the mirror and who has the holy water?
I have the mirror, but
I have
the holy water.
Got it.
Oh, I got a nat 20. But
Hey.
what'd you tell me to do?
Religion.
It's a 13.
A 13. You're not super familiar with religion. You kind of seen some worshippers of Seluna. You remember that they had thrown in silver coins at the chapel, but that was at the shrine that you had seen.
Mm-hmm.
But that was definitely not a chapel of this size.
Okay, so I wouldn't have remembered seeing basins of
Correct.
blood or anything. Okay.
Dumb question.
Yeah.
Totally tangential. What was the church that Ganji and I visited in Gullhaven?
That was to Bahamut.
Was it when we
It was also
Umberley.
Umberley.
Umberley. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Umberley. Cool.
Apologies.
Sorry, no,
that
we're
was
good.
the evil ship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. All right. So are we still proceeding towards the altar?
Yeah,
Are we
we're
cool with that?
walking through.
And I'm gonna be looking, with my sword out, looking between the pews, looking all around.
I would say make a perception check and add your stone cutting business.
I'm gonna need it. 14.
14. You look around, and as you look, something about this chapel feels different from the rest of it. You saw the stone foundations. You saw the stone of the cellar where you just came from. It all seemed incredibly old, ancient. The stone around you, I know it seemed like it was decaying. Stone around you seems like it's new. The altar especially, it's cut, it's relatively fresh, seems recently assembled. And especially compared to the rest of what you've experienced. You look around and you're all starting to notice that the pews, there's a bit of dust on them, but they're not ancient and rotting. And that's what you see. Up ahead of you, I guess, I'll say, is that you see the effigy of the full moon covered in blood. And I'll say with that perception check, it's very easy to see that there is an image of a statue coming out of this full moon. Long hair, scale mail, and two hands extending. One is open and one is closed like this. And completely drenched in blood. As you get closer, you can smell it. As the moon and this statue, I would say it's not hard for all of you to draw the resemblances between the float of Saluna.
But the blood is fresh.
The blood, it seems to be
Smells.
coagulated. Yeah, it's the scent of blood.
Is she holding something in her hand?
She's not.
So one hand is open, one hand is like expecting something to hold. When we were on the float, would we have seen items that were supposed to be there?
You saw that that she was holding a 4-pronged mace.
Right. In the clenched hand.
Yeah.
And nothing in her open hand?
No. I'm already then in my mansion.
I am going to. Can you remind me, just sorry, what you said about the stone? What I recognize about the stone?
It just seemed far newer than the cellar that you had, in a different style, different craftsmanship, and that everything seems to be newer. And then this altar seems to, especially this altar and this statue, has a touch to it of a dainty hand, incredibly pristine work done to it.
Are there any doors? Do we... I'm gonna look around for like a door in the stone, I guess.
Make an investigation check. And as you're doing that, Amira...
Can I add my business?
Yeah.
Business.
I like 25. It's 26.
25? 26? Okay. So as you do that, you see Amira approach the altar. And she's looking at it. And you see that there's something... Her eyes are kind of darting around and she's gripping something on her shirt. And she's looking down at the statue and she pulls out her locket. She flips it open. You all clearly see a beautiful young halfling girl with long blonde hair, large eyes of beautiful blue. And she takes one panel and she flips it open. And there's a tiny silver mace. And she looks at everyone and says, "This can't be it."
How long ago did she give that to you?
At least a year ago. Years ago. It wasn't... maybe 3 months, 4 months before.
There's no way. This can't be. Is this a normal thing? In temples of Tusaluna?
This... blood. I never saw anything like this horrible blood. This looks right. That's her. That's the moon. That's the Simon. This is all right. What should I do with this?
If you're willing to potentially part with it, you can try it in her clutched hand. But again, you may not get it back. But you've got the locket in the picture.
I'm gonna do it. She takes it and places it in to the grasping hand of the statue. And as soon as it slides in, a blast of silver light shoots out all around from the mace. And as soon as the silver mace, the brilliant light, makes contact with the blood, it evaporates and disintegrates the blood. And you see now, standing, beautifully pristine, is a statue of Seluna emerging from the full moon, holding a silver mace. And the mace is shining light for a moment. You see it kind of reflecting on Amira's horns and in her eyes, as her eyes are completely wide, her mouth is hanging open. And it shrinks back. And you hear whimpering behind you. And you see Virgil looking at you expectantly. His collar now is glowing red.
All right, Virgil, what you got for us? I'll bend down and take a look.
You look down, you see Virgil, you look around, scratched in is love.
Should have known. You already know, boy. I'll just give him a pat.
He gives you a lick, and Amira crouches down. Context clues, but her name is Hissy Bright Orchard. The dog sniffs, gives him a lick, gives her a lick. And it glows brighter and brighter.
This one's easy for me. I love you guys. We haven't been together for very long, but we've been through so much. I never could have imagined it. And I love Seamus and even Forgus and Taiki and Hissy and even you, Amira. I know you'll never admit it, but
I love you too, buddy.
And I love my parents, and I hope that they're doing well. And that's it. Those are the people in my life that I know and care about. They're everything to me.
Sniffs, licks, and it glows brighter.
I mean, it goes without saying how I feel about you guys. But having had to do this with Virgil, the strange ghostly mutt, for the first time in my entire life, I love myself. And I wouldn't be here without you.
You immediately hear Amira just kind of choke up. And she kind of covers her face. And you see a bit of realization in her eyes, and she's just nodding to what you say. And Virgil sniffs you. And licks your cheek. And it glows brighter.
Well, I think you guys know that even though I get a lot of crap from you all, I really love you all, and I have to say, even just seeing what happened in that last room, I feel renewed. I miss my home, I miss being in the forest, and I have such a love and a passion for, the natural order of the world, and I don't ever want to let what happened in that bottle happen again. What he's doing isn't right. It's unnatural and it's wrong, and I'm gonna stop it if I can.
Okay. Licks. It glows bright as Virgil looks at all of you and yaks happily, bounding through the air all around the chapel. He gives each of you a lick before leaping up and diving into the stone of the moon. The altar glows blue, and with a groaning scraping, you see the altar slide back. And before you is a set of stone stairs that seem quite old, going down into the darkness. However,
there's always a however.
The moment that the altar moves, the music of an organ, now louder than ever, blasts up from you in the darkness. And you start to hear through the organ music a nearly deafening grinding of stone. As down ahead, suddenly the stairwell at the bottom, you see a door, an archway illuminated by moonlight. What are you guys doing?
This is
Go.
it.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta do it tonight.
We move now.
Just like his dad said.
We're ready.
Let's kill this son of a bitch.
Let's do it.
We all rush forward.
Amira draws her swords, and you all start sprinting down. As the sound of grinding and sliding stones echo around you, at nearly the same volume as the incessant organ. You run down the ancient steps through the archway at the end of this passage, and before you, you see a huge circular room with walls of huge cut stones, old, worn, and cracked, with small trickles of water from the surrounding swampy soil slowly seeping in from every fracture. The space is bathed in the glow of the moon as you realize the deafening grinding is coming from above you. As the ceiling, incredibly high above you, is sliding into the earth, revealing the night sky, the massive full moon looming directly above you at its zenith. Ahead of you, punctuating this relatively bare room, are 6 evenly spaced, elongated stone pedestals, each topped with a single withered corpse. They are varying sizes and shapes, but all are covered in worn cloth wrappings. You clearly entered a crypt. At the far end of the room is a huge pipe organ built into the wall. Despite no figure sitting at its keys, they all press and play the same. That cacophonous, haunting music plays with no player. To your right, you see a concave, elevated platform built into the carved-out wall of this tomb, with 3 figures upon it. You see a faint shimmer of an arcane barrier between you, as you recognize a maskless Laudna Gilder. In her billowing midnight blue dress, her eyes are wide and bulbous, with irises of a sickly yellow. The top of her skull bloated and bulging so much that the wide-brimmed hat cannot conceal that massive skull. She's facing a fiendish creature that you know to be called Solaris, whose horribly pink and supple body is tightly chained to a tall stone pillar that holds up the ensconcement and is writhing in pain. The chains are slick with a bright oil that seems to be burning her flesh and keeping her imprisoned. Finally, beside them, in pristine and elegant white and silver suit, rippling golden locks of hair fanned out all around him, stands Alphonse LeBlanc. He turns towards you with a beaming, fanged smile betrayed by vicious red eyes, as he tightly grips the chalice of agony, seemingly nearly overfilling with his devilish soul wine. He raises his free-gloved hand to you in greeting. My mercenaries, you do have impeccable timing. You are just in time to be witness to my great ascension and the true defeat of death. But first, where are my manners? I must introduce you to my ward. Say hello to our guest, young lady. Out from behind one of the risen corpse platforms ahead emerges a small hooded figure, covered toe-to-toe in simple black robes. They take several steps back into the center of the room. Suddenly you hear the grinding of the tracting ceiling come to a halt as you see a flash of bright yellow ring all around the floor of the room, and forming a glowing circle of interlocking alchemical symbols. Immediately, the small hooded figure raises her arms to the sky, and a massive concentrated beam of golden moonlight shoots down into the room within the confines of the transmutation circle. The sheer blast of that moonbeam knocks the hood back off the head of the female halfling that begins to rise into the air, revealing 2 large, vacant eyes on a round face covered in gross purple and blue veiny markings, and framed in long, flowing, nearly white blonde hair. Beside you, Amira looks on in horror as tears stream down her cheeks, as Hissy Bright Orchard opens her mouth to speak. Welcome, guests. And that is where we'll end the session.
Oh my god.
Well.
Oh my god.
Well, if you want to find out what we think about this session, you should subscribe to us for Avantris and Chill.
It's gonna be like an hour of us just sitting with our head in our hands. Oh my god.
Can we just play for like 12 more hours?
Yeah,
and just
why?
figure out what's gonna happen?
Why stop now?
Yeah,
right? I mean, we
like-
can just fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that any of us have anywhere to go or any lives to live outside of D&D.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
That was. Ooh.
Breathe, Leafy, breathe.
If you want to stay tuned, if you want to see what we thought, we're going to be recording our
Avantris and Chill.
Our Vantage and Chill. I can't even form words. My brain, I'm shaking. It's fine. Vantage and Chill. We will be back on Tuesday with Call of the Feywild.
No, I've actually canceled Feywild for eternity, so we're no longer going to play that campaign.
Got it. So
Yeah.
Tuesday for Feywild. We'll just play without a DM. We'll just literally improv comedy.
They play without a DM 99% of the time.
Just to answer any questions about Avantris and Chill, it is a subscriber perk.
Yes.
We film it directly after this session. It's not streamed live, and then we will post the link as soon as we're done filming it this evening, and our subscribers can view it on YouTube or in the Discord or whatever. So it's not a live thing you guys participate in, to answer Leafy's question, but you can see it immediately when we're done filming it.
And it'll be posted literally after
we're done.
Yeah, tonight.
So anyways, I think we're going to raid somebody.
Yeah, we're going to raid. This is a seemingly an at the table stream. I should pull on keys properly.
Thank you, Dusty.
Thanks,
thank you, guys. We always appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thanks so much for your support.
Get up in
Thanks,
there.
You're the best. We're going to raid Dice Ministry.
This is Show Me Your Hooters.
Show your Hooters.
Tell them where you came from.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Love
Love
you
you.
so much.
Bye.
Stay tuned.
Bye.
Subs for Avantris.
Bye. We're all going to cry
Chill.
to our Cheerios.
Time to chill.
Bye, guys.
Bye.